Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Fade to Obsidian, your Red Rising podcast about spaceships, relationships, and everything in between. As always, I am Crescent, joined by Skipper.
Hello.
And today, for the first time, we have two new guests.
Woo!
Stinger and Yogi.
Welcome
on, you guys.
Thanks for having us. Very excited.
Thanks.
This is very exciting. You guys were both, I kind of did a call out there and you both jumped on it. And very excited. I feel like I've talked to both of you months ago about coming on. So glad to have you both finally take up the call. It's going to be fun.
Raise our banners.
Yeah. And this week we're talking
reread them anyway.
Sons. Yeah, but perfect. It'll be
Perfect.
fresh in your mind. This week we're talking Sons of Ares Volume 1. So that is the graphic novel. And for those wondering, we will do spoilers up till Morning Star. If you have not read Iron Gold, you are safe. So you can keep listening if you have not done that second trilogy. But also read the second series. Like, get on that.
Yep.
Please.
Come on.
Please do.
It's emotionally taxing, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
That's why there's
you can
therapists in
traumatize your
space
friends.
now.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. Well, welcome to the both of you, and I'm going to throw out the question we ask every guest. So it's, who are you, and what are you drinking, and why do you have your howler name? So, I don't know who wants to go first, but one of you can jump in there.
Raise your hands.
Or a Yogi? If you want to.
Me? What's it? Yeah, I'm drinking unknown scotch because someone pulled the label off.
Perfect.
It's the only liquor in the house, so
Nice.
hopefully I'm still here by the end. I got my howler name because I work with animals, and for some reason one of the questions involved bears, and I was like, oh yeah, bears are around often with me, so Yogi. And right now, let's see. I know some people on the Den were trying to figure out who I was, but it's like I guess Dan reads it all on Instagram, and I've done podcasts with a few other folks about animal stuff because hey, I work at a zoo. Used to work at a zoo, have a master's in animal welfare science, and some people just like seeing my animal pictures. But yeah.
That's
Love
awesome.
animal pictures
Love it.
around here.
Yeah.
And people like my dog, but she is outside barking right now.
So good.
As a dog do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
I am Stinger. I'm trying to remember how I got my name. I mentioned like 50 hobbies in there and mentioned bees. And I think the reasoning was A, mentioned bees, and B, gives most interesting man in the world vibes. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee was, I think, the text on the reasoning in that post that was made.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've met some of the group through like the meetups, as well as when I first hopped in, there was a thing of there's no therapy in space. There is now. Because
Yeah,
I just
that's
passed my
right.
NCE exam today.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
Cheers
first-
to you.
First
love
post
that.
for Stinger, the newly
Hey.
highly licensed therapist.
Yeah, unlike the rest
And
of
I'm
us who
proud.
just pretend.
Well, I found out I get a second credential by my name,
Ooh.
by
Ooh.
association. So, yay, that'll be LPC for like therapy, and then also LCDC, which is like substance abuse.
Oh, cool, nice.
Trained for working with that.
Very nice.
So maybe can work with the federal government now and helping make people not be as addicted to drugs. That's a win.
awesome.
That is
Oh,
a win.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
I'll drink to damn near anything, but especially that.
Sweet. What are you drinking today?
I forgot that part of it. Aberfeldy 12.
Ooh.
It's my
Ooh,
go-to
nice.
for like a
Don't you have a bottle of that sitting on your shelf, Skipper?
I was gonna
Wait, do
say,
you?
You did.
didn't you drink it? What happened? Hold on.
No.
No,
No, I
it's
finished
here.
the art bag.
It's here. It's
Hey.
the art bag you finished. Hey,
Yeah.
Aberfeldy 12.
It's
All of my
it's a
stuff is on the
personal
floor.
favorite. Yeah.
All my alcohol had to be on the floor because we've got the comics on the wall, the Sons of Ares.
Hell yeah.
Chris, what are you drinking?
For right now, Ardbeg Bizarbecue. And as a little throwback to not this past weekend, but the weekend before, 40 Creek Butter Tart.
Oh, you got it.
Butter tart. I haven't had that.
It's so good.
Is it good?
It's a cream. It's a cream one.
Yeah, it's a cream liqueur.
Ooh,
Okay.
It's dangerous.
Have you ever had butter tarts?
no.
No.
Okay, so
Oh.
a butter tart is a Canadian delicacy. It's basically a very small pie, like it's a tart, that
It's a
is
mini pie.
it's just brown sugar, maple syrup, and butter is the ingredients, sometimes raisins. It's debatable if you put the raisins.
Weird throwing at the end there.
Yeah, it's hotly debated.
That's a wild one to add right at the...
It's like,
Sneak that one in so no
and
one
it's
realizes.
like a 50-50. I got to see Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd, so Mary and Pippin, in Toronto doing their podcast, and they always ask like a controversial question, and that was their Canadian question of, do you put raisins in your butter tarts? And they went around and offered everybody butter tarts pieces so you could test whether or not you wanted it with the raisins. So there you go.
Are they good with raisins? Do you prefer that?
I don't like pie crust, so I just scoop out the middle anyway. They're okay with raisins. Crescent, what do
Yeah,
you are you a raisin?
I don't really have a preference either way. I just like food. So I'm good with raisins or without.
Yeah. But the
Same
distillery
with
he's
oatmeal
drinking
chocolate
from.
chip or
Oh.
oatmeal raisin.
Yeah. The distillery, the 40 Creek, we were there 2 weekends ago for my birthday. Crescent was visiting me, and that's we went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Instagram post where I'm seducing her boyfriend.
Yes.
I did see that.
Yeah. It's great.
I believe I saw that.
Thanks for that. I'm very boring. I will round this out by saying, because of that 2 weekends ago, we had a party and I still have wine because everyone opened like 4 bottles of wine and took 1 glass out and then decided to switch to liquor. So I have all these open bottles of wine I have to finish. So I have red wine just
Cruelty.
for logistics reasons. I went with a red tonight. Last episode I was drinking the white because I thought Sons of Aries, it's very red. Bryn, red. That's
Seems fair.
grasping at straws here just to.
That's why I wore the
finish
Helldiver
it
hat.
off. Yeah. I tried to find my Sons of Aries shirt today and could not find it. It is, Stinger, I'm going to bring it up. You have a tattoo of what I have a shirt of. You were just showing
really?
us. Yeah.
The got the
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
Aries
stand up.
helm. Everyone on Spotify,
Hell
switch
yeah.
over to YouTube for this. Looks great. I love it.
Oh yeah, if you're on Spotify.
Skipper, I'm willing to
that's
bet
gonna
your
be-
shirt is with the lapel mics.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, let's jump right in. I'm going to ask the other question that we're hit or miss whether or not we remember to ask this, but it's going to lead into another question. And how did you guys find Red Rising? Why did you start reading it? When was the first time you picked up the series?
Mind if I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I started reading. I think Golden Sun had just come out, and I'd seen Red Rising in like the bookstore. Never picked it up or whatever. But I was sitting in a hospital waiting for someone to get some treatment, and I was like, I need to read something. This says it's like engaging, like it'll just like it hooks in you and get your brain off of stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm in a hospital. I don't want to be here. Let's read this. And then I read it in the time I was in the hospital. I was like, okay, cool. Got home, read Golden Sun. Okay, let's. What? Why is there not more?
Yeah. Oh, especially at the
no.
end of Golden Sun. You had my problem where
Yep.
I read at Golden Sun and then you're like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I did go to San Diego Comic Con that year, or the year that morning. Like I guess Pierce was there. I didn't really know too much about anything, and they did like they gave out arcs of Morningstar, and I was too late to get one. And I was just walking by the table looking at this like copy on the table. It's like, what are the chances that has words in it and I could just take it and run? But I didn't. But
You're a good person. I would have done it.
I was young and
I would have done
stupid. I should have just done crime.
Crime
it. It was
pays.
very Aries. Yeah, I mean,
True.
it's
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, I'm a redhead. I should get a free
Yeah.
pass on it.
Exactly. Us Reds need more appreciation here.
Yeah.
All right. Stinger, what
I
about
was
you?
scanning through my phone because I know there's a photo.
Mm.
Uh, I first started when my friend recommended the book in 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2017. And then within like 6 days, I was like, this is my personality now, I guess. And so I
I
just
feel that deeply.
got all the books. Yeah, all the merch. I mean, I saw no like all the I got all the because that was just up through the first three because that was 2015 when the last yeah. So or 16.
Yep.
So I got the first three and then went to every book signing that Pierce did within my local area. And then
Nice.
ever since then, just been a huge fan. And my cats
Nice.
are named after characters, so I mean, it's a whole thing.
What are your
Nice.
cats' names?
I've got Sephi and Severo, and they couldn't fit their
Oh.
names more.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry about having Severo as a cat.
Oh, here we go.
I just got a friend to start the books after years of badgering them because I wanted them
Mm.
to.
Mm.
I like to traumatize them with books. And I was like, hey, look, this series is almost done. Like, there's a whole arc you can finish. Don't have to read anymore. After that, they read Red Rising. They're like, oh, this is good. I like this. I really like the side characters. Like, Roke seems like a cool guy. I was like, yeah, no, he does some cool stuff. And the entire time, just waiting for him to finish Golden Sun. I'm like, hey, what? They said they finished like so. Victor's really cool, right? And like, you knew I liked Rogue. And I was like, yeah, I did.
Wow. Yeah. It's seeing the like heartbreak of people be like, so Ragnar, and you're like, no, don't get attached. Don't get attached.
Those
Yeah.
hit me hard. Like the big, it's always the friendly giant that gets me in any books.
Yeah.
It was Pax. It was
Yep.
Drag. I mean, my heart. Oh yeah, but speaking of,
Oh,
Oh,
kitties.
Oh,
Severo
so
on
cute.
top, Sephi on the bottom. Severo
Amazing.
chases her and bites at her legs, and eventually she gets to a point where she smacks him back, tackles him on the ground, and holds him down until he stops fighting. And then as soon as she gets off him, he starts it again.
I love it.
Very
That's great.
fitting.
Yeah, that could not fit better.
That's
yeah.
fantastic. Well, my next question is when did you guys start reading the Sons of Ares graphic novels?
You want to go first?
Sure. For me, that was way later. I didn't realize they had graphic novels
Mm.
until like a year ago, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, maybe when the third one came out. Because the third one
I
was
think so.
this time last
Yeah.
year-ish.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, there's more and there's art. And I got so excited.
Yeah.
And like, that was the side that I was really interested in was like, I wonder if he's ever going to go into what was happening in the before times and what was like. So that was I think I was more excited about that than like a lot of the book releases because it was
Mm.
like this whole new thing where I could like see the art and see how it kind of lined up to my visual idea of what the books
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
I read the first one when it like came out. I was like, here's they like the first volume came out. I was like, cool, I'll read that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, there's three more. I mean, two more volumes. Like, wait, so I can just do them all at once. And then like I was like, okay, cool, I'll wait. Oh, hey, the graphic audio versions are in my library system. I'll listen to all three of them just while I'm at work. Definitely was not listening to them the entire time and not paying attention to my job. But yeah, that was a great work day.
Yeah. I haven't done the graphic audio of them.
Oh, they're
Yeah, me
really good.
either.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out.
Like, was it even for just like the first trilogy? Fantastic job, love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the person they got for Mustang, she's fantastic.
Jenna,
Yeah, Jenna
we
Sharp.
love
Yeah,
Jenna. Siren, as we
she.
call her. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Hmm.
She's in the den.
And then
Yeah.
Victra, I was like, yes,
Mm,
perfect.
Cool.
nice.
But,
Chris,
yeah, it's going.
sorry, go on.
They do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the second arc for some of the villains that
Mm.
are definitely not going to be named.
Yes. They just exist. They're out there. There might be people.
Theoretically, they're
Theoretically.
just
Nothing bad happened.
concepts.
Yeah. Crescent,
Tea
how
party,
did
good
you
vibes.
find Sons of Ares?
Uh, I genuinely don't recall
Mm.
how I found them. I was just like, came across them one day, and at the time, 1 and 2 were out, and then I bought them, and they just sat on my shelf for a while, and I have no idea why.
No.
I haven't finished the third one yet, sitting on my nightstand.
We'll get
I
there.
don't know why. It took me 20 minutes to read the first one tonight again.
You're just waiting so it's fresh
Yeah,
for when we have to
I'm
do
just
that
letting it
episode.
percolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the luxury. It was one of my favorite things of going to the comic book store every month, I think it was, or every 2 months, and picking up the new edition. So I have them in all the comic versions before I got it in that graphic novel. And I had never done that before. Like, I've gone to comic book stores and like picked up a few, but never had like my name on the list of like just special order it in because they didn't know it was coming. So I had to call and be like, "Are you gonna get it?" And then yeah, that was a super cool experience for me. That was yeah, as I said, I think it's between Morning Star and Iron Gold. We had that year of nothing, but that came out, and that was what I was so excited about. Of like I think it was every month you got for like 6 months you got to go pick it up,
That's
and that
so
was super
cool.
fun. Yeah, that was super cool. But then like I read them when they first came out and then did not reread them until last year when the third one came out. Like the second one I bought, but it didn't come out. I don't think, someone can correct me, I'm sure in the comics or comments, I don't think they came out in comic form, like in the little snippets. I think the second and third one was straight to just being that like full volume graphic novel.
Think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So it was last year when I finally read the second one. I had bought it the day it came out and then it sat in the plastic even. It was like not unveiled. But it's funny when I was rereading today, the first one, I was doing it from the graphic, like the hardcover version, because I don't all of my comics are signed, so I don't touch them.
Ooh.
They all live up there. Yeah, so there you go. Uh, which kind of leads us into: are you guys graphic novel fans previous to this one? Like this was kind of my first entry on this level. Like as I would pick up every once in a while, but
I would
never this big of a fan. How about you guys?
I would say yes. I'm sitting here looking. I got like 11 volumes of Saga next to me.
Okay.
Then I'm
Monstrous.
gonna say yes. Yes, you are a
Yeah.
graphic novel
Sounds like a
fan.
yes to me. Yeah.
Sounds
I
like a
think I
big
got
yes.
like two different collections of the Sandman
Mm,
Those
by
ones
Neil
are good.
Gaiman.
Ooh, nice.
Those ones
okay.
are incredible.
So yeah, I think yeah. Yes.
Yep. Love it.
I kind of was. This was, I think, like you were saying, it was like the first time I got this excited about them.
Hmm.
But like, I had like, it was mainly horror stuff that I was very into, like all the stuff from Junji Ito, like the Spiral ones, and like all these different kind of because I was partially for my own pleasure, partially for like research and like studying fear because that's what I was, doing for a little bit. Um, but I think this is the only time where I've like been this excited and gone out of my way to get every possible copy, make sure I go to the store, see if there's any cool new editions of it.
Yeah.
I think there's just something special about getting like a visual of something that's never had a visual before like that.
For sure. Crescent, how about you?
Yeah, for me, it was like I never bought graphic novels before. But like I've borrowed them. Lock and Key, I really liked. Watchmen,
Mm,
and then I had read a lot of manga when I was in high school. So same sort of thing, but
yeah.
Red Rising is the first one that I've really gotten into.
No.
We're just a little bit obsessed with it, you know.
Just a little.
Love it. That's great. Yeah, it's an interesting media, and it's like, so my real world job is working in a bookstore, so it's been interesting to see how it's grown over the years and how, like, at the beginning, over a decade ago when I started, like, graphic novels were there, but not to the same amount, unless it was Marvel, because that was kind of the
Yeah.
same year. Like, it was just after Iron Man came out, and the Hulk was out. Like, MCU was just ramping up, and so you were getting a little bit, but now, and then manga has exploded. That's a whole other world that, especially I had to learn. Uh, and so it's really interesting how it's come about. Let's talk about it from the industry perspective for a moment. And how much more acceptable it is. Like, I think there was, especially like kids reading it, there's all these like, no, I need them to read real like things. And then studies have come out that if you're reading graphic novels and manga, you actually learn more skills of like picking up on clues, reading between
You
the
do. Yeah.
lines. Yeah, like they've done all these
So
studies
cool.
of it's actually better for kids to be learning this
Yeah.
way, and like all of that. So it's really interesting, I think, how this has come about. My favorite thing is that it's now being used. Like, I think all of the graphic novels that I now own, I own some Marvel and DC, but most of them are these ones. V.E. Schwab has ones that it's like
Yes.
side
So
characters.
cool. Yeah.
There's ones for Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my favorite video game. They've started giving all the side characters either like, here's what happened after the game or on this side quest. Like, and I think it's just a really cool way of filling those gaps that we're missing for some of these stories.
That's so cool. And like that thing you brought up about it being a better way is so cool because I was reading one of those recently because I was having an argument with a coworker of mine
Mm-hmm.
about that. And like she has a kid and she was saying how like I don't, want my kid to be reading these. I was like, why? And she was like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not real literature, it's not, all these things. But like, yeah, the studies, there's like that small period where it's like, extremely important for the formation of the brain and like the different areas to be connected. And so the more things you're doing that are integrating multiple systems of the brain at the same time, it's like building all these extra connections and building in, like a new way for kids to see the world. And so it's like if you include like those things in like audiobooks and, things like that at the same time, it completely changes a kid's outlook. It's so cool. So I
Yeah.
think these being accepted is going to be such a cool thing for kids.
Yeah. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And just adds another
Definitely.
level. It's like, was it? I looked over on my shelf. I got a couple of volumes of American Gods from Neil Gaiman, which is a really thick book, and some of it not a ton really happens. You're like, he's living in an apartment. It's cold. And until you know why he's there and the big ominous thing that's in that location, it's like 200 pages of living in some small town, and
Yeah.
there's no ominous stuff going on. If you threw in some shady stuff in the background with some certain things framed in every shot, that's gonna hit a lot harder for people who don't like know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. For
I
sure.
love it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, let's get in on Sons of Ares. So we get the backstory for Fitchner in this
Yeah.
first one. Technically, Severo. He makes an appearance. Um, what were your initial thoughts reading it? If you can recall all those years ago, does it still hit the same now? Like, what are we feeling? How do we feel about this in general? I assume you like it, and that's why you've agreed to come on, or you've tricked me and you're about to give a whole stance of why you
To
don't like
roast,
it.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
just you've been
We didn't
waiting
Terrible
for the
plan this. We're
platform.
here to. We sprung our trap.
Yes.
Ah, they fell for it. No, I really liked it because Fitchner was just really interesting to me because like he's the guy who knows what's going on from both perspectives when you get to that part in Golden Sun,
Yeah.
and it's like what got him to start doing this, and you do get a little bit of an answer in the books, but it's like no, that's a pretty good reason to be radicalized.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seriously is. It's like, well, that's the thing. It's like when you read the book, these characters that are so different than everyone else are going to stand out. And so it's like, why is this gold like this?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why is Quicksilver like this? There's some backstory there in the actual books. Why is Fitchner like this? And it gives like that kind of level of anger and hatred and like, I'm tearing this entire thing down.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like you read it and it's like, hey, this is a guy that wanted to have a good life. It's not a ton to ask for. Wanted a family. Wasn't up to the standards of everyone else there,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately taken from him just because he wanted a little slice of happiness. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna make someone that has the resources and the spite become that kind of person. So I think
Yeah.
they did such a good job because it could have been cheesy, it could have been a bad backstory, it could have been lazy, it could have made you be like, well, I guess like sure, but I feel like they nailed a backstory that makes you realize why he's like that.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Um, it's so it's so fitting from what little you see of Fitchner in the original trilogy that you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Uh,
I was just gonna say, like,
Oh, go ahead.
Fitchner wasn't always my favorite character. Like, he kind of all the time, I was like, I get it, you're jaded, but you're an ass. Like, I never really got it. I appreciated Severo, but at the same time, on the whole time, I'm like, you're such a dick to your son, even. That I couldn't really get. This is what I think gave me real appreciation for Fitchner because it's that backstory, it's that filling in, it's why you're so jaded and hating the world, and not just because what ends up happening to Bryn and having to raise Severo on your own, but like the Golds treated him like shit. Like you really
Mm-hmm.
get that, like, okay, within like the Golds are supposed to be the upper, you know, the best of the best, and treated, you assume, with such, care and, but within them is their own hierarchy. And he really
Yeah.
was the bottom of the top, if you will. And so that was really interesting that I think this brought to me was more of appreciation for Fitchner, that I could finally like give him empathy of like, okay, I get it. Like, there's a
Yeah.
reason you're a dick.
That could have been the title.
There's a reason you're a dick.
Yeah.
I feel like it explains the backstory of Severo too, though, because it's like
Yeah.
imagine the one person who raises you essentially is Fitchner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I, what is that like? Like, what is that upbringing going to be?
Yeah.
And so, of course, Severo is the way Severo is.
Yeah.
Like a
Yep.
jaded, sarcastic, angry, kind, actually, person, but like also all those other things, which is why Severo is like fiercely loyal, super jaded, sarcastic because like that's what you have to use as a tool. Like your wit and sarcasm when you're not the stunningly gorgeous 8 foot tall, god among men. It
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I feel like it paints a really good picture of like why Severo is the way he is, like just through extension.
Yep. For sure.
Mhm.
I mean, their name alone is just foreshadowing by Pierce. I mean, Barca, Hannibal, and
Oh.
the other general,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, Bill. I can't remember the second general from Carthage, but they had a bone to pick with Rome, and they picked it. So,
Yep.
but
Yep. For sure.
I can't remember the second guy, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a really cool way of doing it. I also really like that this does flashbacks. Like the whole
Yeah.
thing is kind of this
Mhm.
back and forth. It's a really
Yes,
cool
ping pong.
storytelling. Yeah. What are your feelings
Like,
towards that, or else would you have preferred it been linear? What are we feeling?
I liked it because we see just like a bunch of different facets of the society that we've never experienced or even seen. But like from the jump, little baby left out for exposure,
Yeah.
Mhm.
random gold being drunk, and then like, just what does the security force look like? What do their slums look like?
Mm-hmm.
With the backdrop of all those skyscrapers that the golds live in, and just because a lot of the cities we get descriptions of are kind of getting bombed from orbit.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, what does this actually look like?
Yeah.
But,
I feel like it's the only way they could do that because it's like when you're with someone every day and they're getting older, you don't really see it. But then you don't see someone for like a year and it's like, whoa, like you got old. What happened? Or like 5 years or whatever it is. And there's like a jump that shows you the contrast. And I feel like that's what it does. Because if it's like a linear story, you're easing into everything that happens. And I don't think it hits you as hard. So I think it's like the jump, like a heavy contrast between all that stuff. That's like this, like, oh, whoa, hey, as
Yeah.
opposed to a slow, gradual build.
Yeah. Well, and I also think because we know the end, technically, we don't know how we get there. That I think the jumping adds a little bit to that. Who's this? Is this Sephi or is it
That's
everyone?
Effie.
This
Everyone
is
on
Sephi.
Spotify, come to YouTube. Oh, hi, Sephi.
She's got her blue
mine
eyes.
has not made an appearance and would hate to be picked up.
Oh, mine will sometimes jump up and knock over absolutely everything. That's what happens there. Love it. But yeah, I think because we know the end, to then hit the beats that are necessary works really well for the back and forth. Crescent, your feelings?
Yeah, no, I think it just Stinger put it really well. Like it hits really hard when you get to see the kind of in context. You're getting little sections like, oh, this is relevant to exactly where they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the back and forth.
Oh,
I think it would have been not as good
yeah,
if it was just linear.
for sure. How do we? What are we thinking of the story in general? I feel like we haven't gotten into it. I am assuming everyone watching this has read it.
Yeah.
Uh, so let's. It's hard to talk through because it jumps so much that in my brain I'm like, what order does it go in? Uh,
Yeah, I'm going to pull up side notes here just so I have the
yeah,
order
do
right.
it. Yeah, you can break out the. But we kind of get. Well, just Fitchner's background. I think the one thing I really appreciated when I opened up and reading is how it sets the entire tone, I would say, for the series of like,
Yeah.
like we've colonized 8 centuries ago, and then looking at we actually get all the colors, which we have
Mm-hmm.
used this exact thing as a reference on this of like, how tall is that? Like, that's one of the really cool things for those of us who don't understand height or measurement to be like,
Space.
oh, or space. I don't understand a lot of things, okay? I just found out that Phobos isn't actually like perfectly round like the moon.
I
That was a
mean,
little mind-blowing to me.
a lot of planets and moons really aren't perfectly spheres.
I just assume they're all. I can see the moon. The moon is a perfect circle, and therefore I assume they're all a perfect circle. I saw the eclipse, the sun, also a perfect circle. So,
That was
those are
crazy.
my 2 reference points. And on one day, I got to see them both at the same time.
You had a comparison. You can see both. But yeah, circles. Pretty
And they're
much.
the same size. Shocking.
Exact same size.
Yep,
That's
100%.
stuff that people aren't talking about. Moon and sun, same size.
Yeah.
Who
Like,
knew?
come on.
That's what this
I
podcast
want-
turns into, a wild conspiracy theory podcast about how about how the moon and the sun are secretly the same object in space.
The same object. I like
I mean,
that
look
one
at
better.
look at our logo
Yeah.
right above Skipper's head.
There, I can't point when I'm
Take that,
backwards here.
scientists. It's in
Yeah.
the logo.
Look at the logo.
Oh.
I do want for the reference,
Yeah.
like, record, because I don't understand a lot of science. One of the science things I do understand is that the sun is bigger, it's just farther away. I do understand that before people are coming at me for, like, how, like, we already had to discuss how the planets move. What do you mean they're the same size? I do understand that. The magic school bus taught me that, at least.
We need a little soundboard. The more you know.
Yeah.
Ding.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
Knowledge
power.
Yeah. But anyway, back. Yeah, we kind of like. It's really cool how it starts with setting the plot for the entire series, which I don't think Red Rising even does. Like, Red Rising's like, we're stuck in a mine. And this one starts with, like, let's discuss the entire solar system being colonized. Like, it's the complete opposite of Red Rising.
And then it's like, oh, and then a bunch of people fell from space, and now they own Mars.
Yeah. I hear that's how it works.
And every other
That
planet.
is how it works, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna
But-
fight
and then
to the
you-
death in a school. Yeah.
And then what was it like? Was it one of them? Yeah, and you get to see how Mars is like slowly terraformed on that. Was it on the page next to the Iron Rain? And it's like, oh, it's like, yeah, it doesn't look great. And then it's like, oh, skyscrapers. Kind of like that could be like today, in like a city with public transit. And the next one is like, oh, that's future. And the next one's like, oh, that's the far future.
Yeah.
That looks like a post-scarcity society. Oh, wait. No.
Yeah.
And then we go into a guy getting jumped.
Yeah.
It's a strong start. It just kind of
it
goes
is.
right into...
Everything.
We don't know who this guy is. He's just some drunk guy. And who thinks it's a sex thing, but it's like, no.
Yeah.
But,
Here we go.
Not
Magic,
today,
we got-
buddy. Not today.
yeah. What is it doing?
I'm curious.
Uh,
what do y'all
yeah,
think? Oh, sorry, no, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh,
My copy is digital and it was doing
Oh.
something weird.
Oh.
I got you.
Are you guys sure you're not Canadian?
Yeah,
Or
there was a lot of
Miss
sorries in there.
Yeah.
There's a deep apology.
You first.
So
you
much
first.
politeness.
Oh,
If I say
Listen.
yes, do I get free healthcare?
It's
correct.
I'll
And
say
butter
yes.
turds.
Worth a shot.
I'll say yes.
And butter turds.
Yes.
And better what?
Butter tarts. We'll give you
and
butter,
butter
tarts.
tarts.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
you
if
know what?
I get
As long
free
as there's
healthcare
no
and a Mountie
raisins.
comes picks me up, I'm good.
Yep. That's how it works.
Yeah, as soon as you get your citizenship, a mountain just picks you up.
Get on the back of the
Me.
horse.
Get on.
No, no,
if I
it's a moose.
just have to
It's
get
a moose.
off,
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say
fine.
it's got to be a moose.
Love it.
Okay, I'm curious. What are y'all's thoughts on? And I'm like, obviously, I think this was on purpose, but like the exposure. So, Fitchner getting left out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Spartans did. the Spartans heavily studied, Ares,
Yeah.
and well, their thing of that at the time, but well, like their interpretation of like a war god at that time, and what was like that is so specific. Like that was added at the beginning. That could have been left out. So like for it to be there specifically is like such a big thing. It felt like,
Yeah, because
for him to
especially
survive
not,
3 days.
yeah, and not every gold does it.
No.
Like, I feel like
Yeah, no, the
there's
Board
one
of
other
Quality Control
reference.
actually
Yeah.
um like decides this child gets an exposure. Adrius had an
I
exposure.
was gonna say I had in my mind that Adrius, and I thought that was because twins, and like
Wait,
usually it's like
really?
Could be
Is that really?
that
Oh my gosh,
Adrius
I need to
had
find
an
that. Yeah,
exposure.
that Adrius had the
Yep.
really.
It's in Golden Sun, I believe.
Or it might have
That-
been a Morning Star. I can't remember. Or was
Thank
when
you
he
for
was
we're
that.
like,
having our mind blown over here.
Well, it does.
We-
I was like posting that thing about the research, like a long time ago. I was like, talk to me about the 3 different types of psychopaths in this thing. That gives me a lot. That gives me even more context. I did publish that research, by the way. So thank y'all for
Oh,
that.
nice.
Peace
That's
out.
cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, that
Golden
gives
Sun,
context.
Golden Sun, chapter 51. Was I your son when you put me on a rock for the elements to claim me? 3 days. I was a baby. The board didn't even want an exposure, but you thought I was so weak and Claudius so strong. Was he strong when I had Carnus put him in the ground?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
to have your dad pick it, like they didn't even want it.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, but Fitchner, like, it looks like he was picked for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he was an
Yeah,
aberration.
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
it was just from the beginning.
I think he was just
they
so
didn't
small.
want him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, I don't even remember if it says it. It was like 20 minutes ago I read it. When he goes to the Institute, because our assumption is that Severo was chosen as one of the weaklings to go.
Yeah.
My assumption is that Fitchner was also a weakling to go.
Yes.
Of, like,
for
we're
sure,
going
yeah.
to...
100%.
We're trying to, like, they've got what to prove, and they know that. And to know that from such a young age, like, it's one thing to know from the age of 16 of, like, hey, they don't want me, like, that's gonna fuck you up. But, like, growing up with that knowledge of I shouldn't have survived, like, that's crazy.
And like then like what was it? We see one scene with his parents in the entire thing, and it's just his dad ready to leech on him, his mom not saying anything. She's like, that explains a lot right there. They didn't care about him until he could have given them something, and then he's like, "No, I'm done."
Yeah.
They're making these people to take themselves down. Like, I don't know, they're going out of their way. If they hadn't been doing some of these things, I don't think they would have fallen. Like, they sealed that
Hug.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a question we got during our live stream that somebody asked of, would you rather be a Telemanus or a Barca? And I was like, why would you choose Barca? Like,
It's
why?
No, but maybe. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, okay, what are y'all's
And-
answers?
Mine is
Telemanus.
Telemanus because, like, yes, they have, like, Pax dies, and then we can't talk about after that. So let's just go with Pax
Right,
dies.
okay.
Yeah, we have to stick within. And so
Right.
they have some sadness. Both families have sadness, but the Telemanus have each other, and they have a strong, they are together. But even, like, Fitchner and Severo, especially when Severo loses Fitchner, which is, again, we can't really talk more about this in depth. But he's got Darrow, but not a ton. And even then, like, you can tell he's back and forth and kind of like, rather than the Telemanus, like, you have a support system. The Barcas have to go to other people. They don't have built-in support systems like the Telemanus do. So 100% I want to be a Telemanus. And also it comes with having a pet fox. Like, why are we...
Several
what?
pet
All right,
foxes.
okay, you sold me. That sold me right there.
That's a
Want me
spoiler,
to ruin
Crescent.
foxes?
I saw a fox yesterday, but sure, ruin foxes for me.
Her happy noise is terrifying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
follow
Deeply,
Juniper Fox on Instagram, and so I
Yes.
know it's like I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds like a
it's
small child
louder than that,
screaming.
and they rip up they destroy your house. It's
Yeah.
like if you're rich and you have people who can just like fix it, or a robot who can fix it, that's fine.
Gotta
Yeah.
feed him jelly
But
beans. That's it.
That's it. They're just jelly
Yep.
beans. But also, we kind of know, and I feel like this is only a tiny bit of a spoiler, that Sophocles is not in Iron Gold. He shits on the carpet. He is attacking the birds.
Hey, spoiler. Whoa.
Spoiler. Tiny.
Spoiler. On the carpet. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
They have carpet in the second series?
There's carpet.
I was
It's
told they
not
did away with
hardwood.
carpet right after the book.
Yeah. It only is mornings. I don't
They
even know if
shit
there's
all
a
fence.
carpet reference in any of the first three. That might be the only carpet reference in the
It might
whole.
be the only one.
There's only one carpet in the
There's
whole
one
series,
carpet.
and
That's
Sophocles
gonna be-
found it
I'm
to
on
shit
it.
on.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
It's gonna be really important
Yeah.
in Red Gold that there was carpet.
Keyword.
Are you running the data?
You're doing a deep keyword search for carpet.
Yes. He is.
A carpet of 1,000 hues spreads over it, soft under my feet. This is him in chapter 8, Red Rising.
Okay.
It's not a real.
So Dancer
Oh wait,
has
yes.
a carpet.
No, it
Carpet.
actually is a carpet. Yeah, it is a real
Okay.
carpet.
Okay.
Dancer
Add
has a
side
carpet.
keyword rug.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rug was the first one, then I went carpet.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
see.
so
Let's
glad
go
that
to a
we're
Golden Sun.
really getting to the core of these books.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
The interior
Pierce, where's these
design.
carpets at?
The distorted sound of the storm follows them as they thump down onto the carpeted marble floor.
Oh,
Okay.
And then we came for you, Reaper. Severo snarls, Quinn frowns as Severo spits on the pretty carpet. Yeah.
Every carpet just immediately gets ruined, huh? Like right away.
Pierce, why do
Spits
you
on.
hate carpet?
Yeah.
Uh,
This is the question. This is the big reveal that I don't
Put
think he
it-
wanted us to know. Hates
Put it in
carpet.
the Reaper's room.
Yeah.
Pierce,
Hey,
why do you hate carpet?
Pierce, why do you hate him?
Yeah. Nero has a rug in his office. Actually,
Sophocles finds it.
Darrow's house, or like his family's house in Lycos, has a rug. Mother's prized. A new rug covers the floor. It's the work of a novice.
He's
Yeah.
roasting that rug too.
Wow.
So anti-rug. I'm gonna make a whole poster for that about Pierce being anti-rug.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Nero doesn't.
Witchy. Oh, I can't even say that one.
Oh, okay.
Nuts.
Oh no.
Yep. We're really getting to the root of all of this.
Seeing
Rug
right
will
into the
rug
weave
us.
of it.
Ah.
Skipper didn't have to go to
Anyways,
editing to get that one.
I caught that one early. I didn't have to hear the playback on it. Anyways, back to how the Barcas are all depressed. And
yeah.
I wouldn't want to be one, was the whole point of this.
No.
That's fair. I just love them so much. But if I think about it, I would want to be a Telemanus. They're
Right?
all cool.
Yeah.
They all have like a fun saying or cool thing they do when they're about to fight.
Yelling their names.
Yeah, but like that's their thing. Like,
Yeah.
like if anyone else does that, it's like, kind of
Yeah.
cool.
The only other
But then,
person who
like, if-
attempted was Felicia, and she got cut in half by Victor. Bye, Felicia.
That line, I set the book down. I was like, I feel like he had to like set aside a long period of time because he was like, I know I need to put Bye Felicia in here, but how can I lead up to this line?
Oh, yeah. He yelled it at me during the
Wait,
Morning
what?
Star. During the Morning Star signing. I was front row center because that's how I roll, is to show up 4 hours early for
Of
things.
course.
This is before I learned that I could just email a certain person and they would just give me a reserved seat. But anyway, so I was front row center. And I asked the question about, like, hey, you put a lot of pop culture references. And before I could even finish my question, he just went, bye, Felicia! And I was like, you have been waiting all tour to yell that at someone. Because then he just went, I'm sorry. And I'm like, carry on.
It was
Like,
deep in. It was deep
He was
inside.
like,
me.
he
Had
just
to
had
get
to
that
do
out.
it.
Yeah.
And the best part is that my government name rhymes with Felicia, so then when I like went up afterwards, I could be like, just so you know, and he was like, that's hilarious. It's like, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's the only other person who yells their name. But back on topic. I love this. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, the Barkas are all sad. The parents, yeah, we know are not great parents.
He had a rough childhood. Like,
Yeah.
every single step, he shows up for orientation. He's tiny and ugly. He goes to get food. It's jumped just because he's short.
Yeah.
It's a sad world for. That's the thing, is it's like they pride themselves on this whole thing of like we our ancestors, we took this thing, iron reigns, they fought for it, they were the shepherds of man, all of this like earn and then it's like this one guy is very short and suddenly it doesn't matter what he earns, it doesn't matter what he works for, it doesn't matter what he does, hate him, 0 stars, we'll jump him when he gets food.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hypocrisy.
Nepotism, the society.
Yeah.
So much.
And then, like, the first, he gets jumped, and a Brown immediately is like, hey, I got it, don't worry about it, I'll clean it up. And it's just like, even that is, like, in his childhood, that seemed like kindness for him, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a low bar.
Yeah. The bar is on the floor.
The bar is on the
I'm
floor,
looking for something
on the rug.
for him.
Yeah, the bar's right on the carpet. It's rough.
It's right on the carpet.
Work of
We're
an
gonna
artist.
title this episode "The Sons of Ares and Red Rising Carpets." That's what the title of this is gonna be. The
bar's on the
carpets.
carpet.
The bar is on the carpet. I like it.
Carpets of Aries.
Carpets of
Yeah.
Ares.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Rugs of Ares.
Rugs of Ares. Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Where do we go? Yeah, he's getting jumped. He's. God,
We
there's
go to the
so
passage.
much. Yeah, which is just as brutal as in the book, but now we finally get to see it.
Yeah.
You get the blood and the gore.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sick. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
The art is
Yep.
very cool.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
cool.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
all of
and it's
these.
just like I don't know, like they're not like the most hyper detailed faces. You can tell like the grins, and you can just see like this person is got the biggest grin on their
Yeah.
face when they're saying the most messed up stuff. This guy just like he's a gold. Like, oh, I beat my foe, get my little ring, immediately gets jumped and killed because he
Yeah.
turned his back on his enemy. And it's just like
Yep.
that sets the tone for Fitchner for me. It's like he's done, he's over it, he's gonna live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll do
he is
what-
taking every opportunity to get any sort of leg up.
Yeah. Well, and then we see like a little bit of the Institute, which is just as brutal. Like you get the
Yeah, there's one panel in there that's like seriously
That one?
hardcore. Yeah, that one. Exactly that
Yeah.
one.
Yep. That's the one.
That one, I turned the page and was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
That one face says OG on it.
What?
Wait, where are we looking?
Yeah, it does. The one with the candles on its head.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what was that? Page 24
Page 20.
on the corner. Yeah.
There's no page numbers in here.
It's the one after he picks up the ring.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think it's still the first issue.
Yeah. It's. Oh, God. Come on, AI. Figure it out. Hard to.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
panel, but it's this guy right here.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
Oh yeah.
No, what this
OG.
is.
The I underneath the I says EP.
Oh.
What are we supposed to be picking up here? This is the new game.
He's feeling
is-
EP.
Probably illustrators. If
Yeah.
I'm
OG.
Maybe it's
We got,
or it's a
got an
code,
OG,
and we
he's
need
feeling
to.
EP.
My Iron Gold calls me an OG Howler. Does that he wrote in the book that I'm an OG Howler? Is that who I am?
It's
Is that
yeah,
me?
it's you.
It's a
you're
you
the skull.
reference.
Yeah, it was secretly just a you reference.
I'm a skull with candles on it. Yeah.
Are you
Flames
happy
on your
about
head?
that?
Yeah.
Flames on your head, redhead.
Flames on my head. There you go. Yeah, it's me. After he
Pierce, is that a reference?
Is that a reference to me? Yeah. But then you immediately, so you get a little bit of the Institute and then a flashback and they're beating somebody up. Like, it's like, hey, look how brutal we can be and look how brutal I still am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we meet someone who said one kind thing to him.
Yeah. Right?
It just was it yeah, like he basically just like, hey, let me help you up, and it's just like friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah.
I just needed one kind thing.
The butterfly meme. Is this friendship?
Is this yeah? Is this doesn't mug me? Is this my best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bars on the carpet.
Bars on the carpet.
For real.
That's got to be the title. That's good.
It's happening.
No.
Oh,
jeez.
yeah. I mean,
There's something
like,
in the art. Or sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just like it, and then again, because nothing can go according to plan. His security force shows up of the guy who they were also in the process of mugging, and
Yep.
So many muggings.
yeah, and it's just because are they lurchers or are they obsidians? I can't remember.
well, it says obsidians on the one page.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're obsidians with guns, and I would not like that to be outside of a building I'm in.
Yeah. They've
bad
sent
day.
blank
That's-
obsidians because we're not allowed to swear in here.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
I think it says fucking. I assume
Yeah.
it says fucking.
I think in the graphic audio they just say the curses, if you need that,
Yeah.
go for it.
I was convinced, we had this discussion, and I was like, I am sure that the comic books didn't do it. But I'm pretty sure they did. Where's
So.
number 2?
It would be wild to have this much brutality and then like, but don't say hell.
Right?
It's like, okay.
Let's see.
I don't know, like we're
No,
very
it
weird
is.
with-
It is blacked out in the comic books as well.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
we saw a man get his fingers cut off a couple of
Wait.
pages ago.
But you're not.
There's
allowed-
literally a panel the next page of somebody getting their head blown apart.
Hey, wait. No, we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be fucking nice.
Wait, you get the full. Huh.
How do I get the uncensored? What happened?
Damn it, Canada.
Wow. No, because
Wait,
I
is
have.
that a Canada thing?
No, because this
Oh.
one is from Canada and this one's from the United States because I had to get the secondary ones specially ordered. So I have both countries represented here. I wonder if
I don't
it's
know why-
it's just a digital thing.
Mine's digital. I don't have curses, so it's blacked
Hey.
out.
What system did
now,
you
okay,
hack?
now we have a new
There
conspiracy.
is no rhyme nor reason.
We have so many conspiracies this
There's a lot
episode.
of it. This is the conspiracy episode, folks.
Yep.
Everyone get their tinfoil
one-
hats.
Just want to talk about a
Wait,
book. But
wait, why? Huh.
yeah,
It's so weird.
what few pages ahead in the next one, like entire bubble is blacked out because it's just cursing. It's like, okay,
Right?
cool.
What
Well,
happened?
my edition says rated teen plus.
Yeah,
Ow.
teens and
Rated
up.
R starts Friday.
But
I need to see if
just
there's
saw
an
like
uncensored version.
I don't know. I saw two like naked teens killing each other, but I can't see the word fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. Not something teens should be saying.
Yep. But yeah, and as you say, so we've now got to kill the guy because the obsidians are coming. We're getting attacked here.
Yeah.
Well, no, they weren't gonna kill him.
I know, and then
fucking somebody says Fitchner's name, and he's like, "Wow."
yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Said
be
my
a
code word.
dumbass. Yeah,
So it was the fact that that guy is tied to a chair. He's drunk. He's beaten up, and he's figuring out you're a green, you're a red, you're a gray, just because like the pheromones, the stuff they're talking about. Like, oh, use that word. And it's like they're a
Yes.
threat.
yeah,
Tied to a chair,
Yep.
beaten, guns pointed at him. A gold is a threat, and
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also,
Write a
side
universal.
note, do not Google what I just did because I wanted to see if there was an uncensored version of the graphic novels. Don't
Turns out there's
Google
Rule 34.
Don't Google Red Rising uncensored. It'll
Immediately porn.
who's doing that fan art?
Woo. Closing that tab. All right.
I never even
That's a weird way to say
considered
bookmarking.
Sets his desktop background.
Just let us know though, like who were the pick? Was it Darrow and who? Is the question.
It was
You're going back to look.
I clicked the thing
Still have the bookmark.
and a wall of a lot of images showed up. So I clicked off the tab. It was like a mosaic.
We appreciate you, everybody who
I bit the
devotes
bullet
to the
there.
fan. Yeah, you bit the bullet, and we appreciate everyone who draws the fan art. You guys
It's
are great.
artists.
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because there's like only one sex scene in the whole series, and it's really uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
not
It's the
good.
one we didn't want. Like,
Yeah.
we
the
can't
one we
talk
deserve.
about it because
It's
it's
the one we deserve.
it's later. It's with some people that exist. But yeah,
Well,
like,
folks and or people.
yep. And not like give us at least the Darrow Mustang. Like, what's the wording for Darrow and Io? That
Reapstang. Oh, for Darrow and Io.
no, not like their ship name, but isn't it just that like they kissed under the star? Like it's something that's so like that someone in the
Spicy.
den who will I will say their first language is not English. They did not understand that it was a sex scene because it's just so vague that to us English
very
speakers
vague.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, but to someone who doesn't speak English, she's like, no, I didn't understand
Give me a
what
second,
happened.
I will find it.
I kind of forgot about it, honestly.
Right?
I was like,
The
oh
fan
yeah,
artist didn't.
I kind of really want to Google.
tell you
You're
that
making
much.
me like really
Had
want
to
to
scroll
Google
a bit,
right now.
but it was there. It's not the first result, but it's there.
I'm Googling.
Red Rising Rule 34. That's the new title.
never considered it, honestly. It's like
Uh,
it's like, oh, they're all good looking and tall and buff.
That's the thing.
Never even
They're
thought about
all
that's
deeply
there's
attractive.
always
They're very attractive people.
They're very
That's the
attractive.
whole. The whole place.
Yeah.
It
So-
I mean, I'm
does
just like-
actually say make love.
make but I feel like if English isn't your
Oh,
first
yeah.
language, you don't necessarily know
Yeah.
what make love means.
It does
Yeah.
say bow chicka wow wow in parentheses, so I feel like
Yeah,
people, you know,
100%.
Is it That's
I don't
never
know
my
how he
edition.
missed
What do you
that.
have?
It's got the okay emoji and the
Stinger's
pointing
got
emoji.
all the like.
That's my uncensored. Yeah, it's gonna be the emoji. That's in my
This
uncensored
and
edition.
this.
Oh
I
my
got the one that's
God.
purely emojis instead of text.
Yeah.
Weird edition.
I would like to know where you're buying all your books and comics there.
Listen, I make them. I have to. 'Cause no one else will.
Wow. We are never getting through
Stinger
this
is the
whole
creator.
story.
Okay. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. This is more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like page after page is just sadness after sadness. It's the mirroring of the Institute and real life as they're trying to escape, and then the graduation. It is cool to see the Peerless Scars being given.
The
I will say
ceremony,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
That
That's
one
cool.
landed
For
Also,
those
for
of
me.
you at home.
Yeah.
What was it? The fact that like he goes into that scene and he's just like, "You have my back, Fitchner." Fitchner's emphatic, bold text always. He's like, he has a friend. He's got a brother in arms. It's just like that's
Immediately
not gonna
no.
last. No.
Fitchner.
I like that Fitchner's the only one that doesn't flinch when he gets his scar.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's that to him? Homie's been left out on a rock as an infant, and ever since he's been mugged every 2 hours. Like he's set.
He probably doesn't have
Yeah.
feeling in his face, like nowhere on his
yeah.
body
All
can
the
he
muggings.
feel anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scowling is good for the face muscles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it builds. It
Yep.
builds the.
Yeah, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he just flexed through it, you know.
Yeah. It's fine.
These smiling muscles, that's just weakness. You know?
It's weakness, yeah. I've always
Smiling
said
is
that.
weakness leaving the body.
Yeah, I've always said. But I
And
tell
then,
all
I
my
don't know, like-
clients.
God. Sorry, that just horrifies me.
It should. And it should. Oh.
I don't know. The very next page where the one time I think you see his parents, and it's like,
Yeah.
ah,
It's the
Yeah, just feels
stereotypical
slimy.
though, like what you saw in like 70s sitcoms. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking like where the dad's just in his literally in his lazy boy chair watching TV, literally watching porn on the hollows.
Little smiley face on his shirt though, which I love. I don't know why that detail's there.
Does it
I love
have a splatter?
Yo, yeah.
That's a Watchmen reference.
Oh.
Wait, but the splatter's not on the smiley face, it's below it. Maybe still a reference.
It might
Maybe
don't
still.
sneak it in.
That's hilarious. But yeah, like, and then yeah, look
There
at
it is.
and the mom is just like being so obedient. Like it's so
It's
early
a bummer to watch.
Yeah, 50s, 60s, 70s, like, and it's interesting because again, we talked earlier of you were saying of oh, it could be a skyscraper, it could be present day, oh, it's 1,000 years in the future, and this again, you're like, should we not have maybe defeated the patriarchy, and instead, mom's just like quietly sitting there, also like just letting
also awkwardly
dad...
watching porn on the hollow.
Yeah, but like. Maybe she's on a chair,
terraformed
but like
Mars. Like we terraformed the Milky Way. Can we not figure this out a little, guys?
yeah,
Like we have people on every planet, and you are there with your beer belly and wine all over your shirt, watching porn with your wife.
yeah, like
Watching porn next to your wife,
Next to
not
your
with.
wife.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what? A valid while your son is in the background.
yeah,
yep.
After he just graduated as like one of the highest ranks you can possibly get entering the job market.
We're not going to celebrate him though. I have things to watch.
Yep.
Yep.
But it's okay because his friend's gonna call him to a big party Which I love
Yeah.
is then is like, why are you here? Because you called me. Like,
You
You
invited me.
sent
Yeah,
a
like, what do you
car for
want?
me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just like ribbing because he's like, what are you doing here, you old so and so?
yeah.
I think he's just blasted drunk.
Yeah.
Doesn't remember.
Who are you? And why are you here? Like, why? Who's this weird little guy?
This is a
Guys,
weird.
party entertainment's here.
Yeah, the
Yeah. He's gonna do a dance.
weird thing though is I love if you like read Anna Karenina, they drunk telegram somebody, and so I love the idea of like in the future. What's the drunk text? Like they drunk telegraph someone. So like what are our like we know drunk calling then was a thing. Then we're on to drunk texting now, like drunk, social media DM sliding into the DM. So what in 1,000 years is the drunk thing to do? And apparently it's calling cars for your friends to show up at parties. Like, why
It was
not?
gonna be like you teleport into their home. It was like you get
You
hammered
send
and
them-
teleport over there to them,
You
or them to
send
you.
them a lewd hollow experiential.
Maybe with a unicorn.
It involves
Send
unicorns.
lewds.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You send a lurcher squad to go into their home, make them think they're about to be executed, and then just hand them a note.
You just swat them.
Yeah.
Iron rain on their villa.
You might be onto something.
Oh.
You might. I drunk iron rained. It was not good. It was
drunk
so
rained, you
bad.
guys.
Oh, hey, Jeremy got his first drunk rain the other day. Like, about time.
But this scene, like, it's like he's with his friend Arturius.
Yeah.
Arturius.
Artie.
Yeah.
Artie.
Artorias is way cooler than this guy.
Yeah.
But which also historical reference. I think it was like Lucius Artorius Varden, which because this guy's Artorius Varden, was a Roman general who might have been the inspiration for the legend of King Arthur.
Oh.
But as we will shortly see, Artie is not the best friend and doesn't have his circle of his knights of the round table aren't here. And Fitchner is not handsome like Lancelot.
No, he is
No,
not stealing your girl.
punches just land a lot.
Oh.
Severo.
But I mean, this is just heartbreaking for me, just because his buddy is like, "Hey, I'm gonna piss off all my mom's friends. Be like, I need my guy to sit here because he's a true heart." And it's like that's nice. I'd like if someone called me that.
Yeah.
Till later.
Yeah. Well, until mom pulls the.
Yeah, disinheriting card.
Yeah.
Like, I know, it's like, you graduated #1 at the academy. I think you can make your own money. No? Okay.
Listen, if Darrow can do it, why can't this guy? Darrow doesn't even have parents.
Yeah.
Like,
Or money.
Or money. Money, parents.
Anything.
He
Ties
did
to
better
anything.
than Batman did, frankly.
Yep.
Take that, DC.
Got a cooler suit too.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, a cooler suit. Sorry, DC, get on it.
Yeah.
and when
That's the
Darrow gets his
crossover.
hands on his villains, they don't really get back up that often.
No.
Oh yeah, he can kill people. Way cooler than Batman.
Yep.
There you go.
Red Rising characters way cooler than Batman. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard a lot of
them on
things here first.
Oh, jeez.
Stinger's putting his search history on the line for us.
Yeah, don't Google Batman Red Rising uncensored.
I bet you it's out there. Someone's written
I
that
guarantee
fanfiction.
you it's out there.
Someone.
It's
That's on AO3.
Oh.
Oh man.
Whew.
But then we flash back immediately to we're back in present day, quote unquote, and
Yeah.
we're trying to get our way out of there after we've.
Fitchner proven he is a menace.
Yeah. Oh my God! Someone
Yep.
literally having their brains clubbed out.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and it is like
But we're
that
not
one
allowed
of the
to
dude
swear.
holding his face. Yeah, they can show that, but we can't swear, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Man's face is in his
that's
hands.
like brains flying out. Jeez.
Yeah, you've got
And
your face chopped in half.
Yeah.
putting a rifle in an obsidian's mouth and pulling the trigger.
Yeah, that
Yep.
one's rough. This is like
Yeah.
full Walking Dead.
Yeah. Like it's.
Yeah, that is a lot of just pages of
But at the
violence.
top
Damn.
just says the word club in blood. I like
Right?
that one. I
Right
like that one a
across the
lot.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the mask.
Oh,
Yeah.
the next page. Good lord.
Yeah, the next page
the
is like
bottom.
that's incredible.
Club.
But I actually really like the next page. I feel like we need to be showing the YouTubers. If you're doing this on Spotify, I'm so sorry. Just come to YouTube. We say it every episode, but this one. But I like that it's like the blood and guts, and then gets into like the solar system or like
That
the
was such a
universe.
cool
Like that's a
touch.
cool.
Yep, that's a really good panel.
His eyeballs
Yeah.
making little planets.
Which, like, because there is, when you look at, what is it, like your brain, how our brain, I don't know science. Why am I
Put me in,
explaining
coach.
this?
I got you.
That's a great question.
But, like, when they do, like, how your brain lights up and, like, that looks in the same way,
Okay,
almost
yeah.
like there's so much human body stuff that then connects out to the universe. Like, our eyes look like... And when you really look at them, will look like galaxies. Like, and that kind of like, as gory as this is, it's like connects it to the whole solar system and connecting you to what, like, this isn't a one-off event. This whole solar system is been like built into this, which is really cool.
Dang.
And then you get
that was deep.
Yeah, thank you. I try.
I know that was really good.
Try.
I like that.
But then one of my favorite pictures, I love the art, and it's really interesting because it's the secondary covers is with like the true redheads and like
it's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to
so
cosplay as this and have like one person in the world understand what I'm dressed as, right?
Oh
like,
gosh, you could put a fan underneath you for the hair flying up, and that
would be not real.
Please recreate that
Just
photo.
nuts.
I will edit it to add everything else in this scene.
Okay. Oh, if I had my longer hair.
So sick.
This time 2 years ago, I had like hair to my ass. It would have been perfect.
I mean, people forget Darrow is a born redhead who is carved to be blonde.
Yeah.
So y'all all like a book about a ginger.
You're welcome.
Really sold the series to every. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
That's the reason for the bestseller.
Like, well, guess I have to stop liking this now.
Yeah, we see him in the background just slowly tearing up his merch.
Yeah.
Orcon 2 is just people burning their bullets.
He somehow has stuck out over a year of hanging out with me.
Yep.
The very next page, in the next issue, I really like that because like you see like from the top down, it's just skyscrapers, space.
Yeah.
You can see the lights of just like I think you can see the moon. Yeah, you can see both moons. You can see ships
Which are round, I would like pointed out.
Hey, scientists.
But are they the same size as the sun?
They're the same. They are the sun. It's just nighttime, so the sun turns
big
off.
Yellow one
and it's a
is
moon.
the sun.
The big yellow.
Ryan
The big
Regan.
yellow. Yeah. Sun.
Really breaking some new ground there, Copernicus.
Yeah, just parents come in with a giant solar system. Oh, the man can't zip his fly up, but he built a solar system. I haven't heard that in. Like
I don't
10
even know
years.
what reference
So I
that
appreciate.
is.
Oh,
appreciate
Brian
the
Regan, Stupid in School. Everybody, if you have not seen that, it's like a 5-minute sketch. I'm sure it's out of a longer show,
Pahonix,
but
work it from me.
Oh, there you go.
Moosin,
A moose and a box of misa
a
mison.
boxing of
A
donuts.
box of donuts. We're gonna get copyright strikes for just how perfectly we're recreating this comedy bit. Come on. Oh no.
Wow.
Uh,
Oh
All
god.
right.
Highly recommend. It's hilarious.
It's very good.
It's like getting up there with Trouble Goat.
I can't with goats.
I feel like you're gonna ruin every animal for us. You're gonna be like,
I
not
just
that
got
one.
done working with goats, and I just like a year of a goat trying to gore me. And I'm just like, no, get out of
Sorry,
here.
a year as in has the same you work at a zoo. I okay.
You think he's just being hunted by a goat? Is
There
this
was a
where
brief
we're?
moment where I forgot he worked at a zoo, and I hear a year of a goat trying to gore me, and I'm thinking full on chasing him to the ends of the earth, just outside his window.
This is the snail that hunts you forever.
This is It Follows,
It
but it's a goat.
follows, but it's a goat.
Yeah, that was incredible. We had the yeah. That'd be a
Hear
better
little
movie, frankly.
stuff in the distance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Know it's coming. Gotta move.
Yep. No.
Yeah, no, a goat kind of hunted me. Well, I'd be doing my job, and I'd be like, no, stop. Okay. And then I have to deal with her trying to gore me. Because, of course, the big one still had horns.
Mm.
Yep. I'll do it.
Oh, well.
Are they not filed down a little bit at the zoo?
People who were in charge when she was born chose not to have hers dealt with.
So she's rocking full on weapons and is just
Yeah.
Pool noodles. That's what I see online is people putting pool noodles on their goats.
Google search
Doesn't
number
work
3.
so well at zoos.
Won't type uncensored
I
this
guess
time,
the
though.
tourists.
Just the normal.
Yeah. But I feel like tourists aren't gonna want pool noodled goats. But it's pretty great
Yeah.
they pool noodled goats.
I'd laugh about it.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Trident
Tried it.
in the book.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Back
Yeah,
to the.
this section of the book is all Triton.
It's named after a water god. Isn't it Ariel's father in Little Mermaid is Triton?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
hate the Little Mermaid, but we'll throw that one out there.
I think Titan is.
Thank you.
Wait, where'd it go?
It was there.
Happened.
For audio listeners, there was a goat with a
There's
pool
a
noodles on
goat
his.
for about a second we got to see.
There
Hey!
it is.
Oh. Discord doesn't like it.
Whatever. Oh well. It's incredible.
We saw it. That's what matters.
That's what matters.
I will pause it at that moment. We'll bring it back.
Fantastic. Yeah, Titan. I mean, Triton is also, I think, the name of one of the Titans in Greek Roman mythology too. I think that's why it's one of the. That's why it's one of the moons. Duh. So, and I think again, it's just one of gotta bring it back to Greco-Roman myths.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's a moon of Neptune too. So.
Yeah,
I
believe so.
I believe it is.
Is it
Just gonna-
round?
Largest moon of Neptune, yeah.
It looks like it's round. There's the goat. Perfect.
Got it. We got it, folks. Don't
I mean,
worry.
Jupiter's surrounded by all the people Zeus slept with, Tritons. Neptune's surrounded by, other water deities and nymphs,
Yep. Perfect.
They have all of their own brand, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Love it.
But, I don't know,
Uh,
like, this is...
The terraforming is pretty cool. The picture of
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
what that actually looks
The-
like
the-
and how
the
that
bubble
goes down.
habitats?
Yeah, which is what I think like in my mind like 50 years from current day is like I think because of The Martian, like the book The Martian, I'm
Mhm.
like bubble habitats, that'll be a thing in like our lifetime. And so it makes sense that if they're just starting to terraform the outer moons, you would be using the bubble.
Yep.
Um,
Hang
Oh,
on,
no.
we lost Yogi.
The goat got him.
oh my god, I'm gonna be doubled right now on. Oh, he's
The
back.
goat got him.
There we go.
Go got him. You're back. Our YouTubers
That was
will
very
see me
strange.
twice mirrored image for a second there.
Oh.
Computer just went black screen. I was like, oh, don't tell me my computer just died.
No.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, so we're terraforming. We get to meet a few different people.
Okay, you're not allowed to put Red Rising uncensored up.
For our audio listeners, there's now a picture of a carpet in the corner.
That one will only go on the. That's the episode you gotta pay extra for.
Yeah, that one's on the
Patreon
Patreon.
That one's on the Patreon.
Just a reminder that one time we did
Is
try
not.
and sign up for OnlyFans,
Really?
and then
We did,
I
yeah.
needed too much information. It yelled at me because it realized there was 2 people, and I was only signing up
God.
as one. And it's like, you need the consent of both people. I was like,
You know what?
Yep.
Good for
It
you,
was-
OnlyFans.
good for
It
OnlyFans.
was too much work for the bit.
Yeah,
What?
I was like, I don't care to know Crescent's driver's license and everything to send to OnlyFans, so it'll go up on the Patreon. There you go.
Wild.
Disclaimer, we're not putting porn on the Patreon.
No, we're not. Unless it's the
I
I
really
just
like
hear
feature.
the collective. Oh, I felt it. That was crazy. I felt a gasp of desperation.
Yeah. Anyway, back
Anyway.
to yeah, we get what the world
Yeah,
the new
Fitchner's
moon
going to
looks
work.
like. Yeah.
I mean, right out of
Hi ho, hi
high
ho.
school, and you have a career. That's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of us didn't
mean-
have that.
I mean, he does. Every person he meets, he imagines killing them, and you know, that kind of sucks.
No, he's just remembering somebody that he's already hurt.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not what I want my manager to think of when they look at me, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, you look like this guy I bashed the brains out of 12 years ago.
You remind me of Squishy Face. What's up?
I don't want to bring like an OSHA complaint to him, and he's like, "Can I kill you?"
No, I
Where's
couldn't.
the HR?
No,
Okay,
you're standing in front of me.
Yeah. That's weird.
Ah, a little awkward.
It's fine. HR will deal with it.
Yeah. That's what they're for.
But yeah, we get kind of a tour, and then the explosion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
The ice field.
that like that was just like Fitchner felt like he was just going through the motions, like, why am I here? And then the second it happens, he sees people as people for like the first time in a while. And he tries. Was it I only saw men fighting against darkness. I dove.
Yeah.
And he just like people
Yep.
treating each other like humans
Yeah.
is something he will react to because he's been thrown away so many times and seeing people trying. In one, I mean, I'm assuming the water on Triton's pretty cold.
Yep.
One might
Considering I
imagine.
think cryovolcano was a word used
Yeah,
earlier.
cryovolcanism.
That's such a sick concept. Like that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep.
And he's just like, I'm gonna save as many people as I can, and because he wanted to, I wanted to fight with them,
Yeah.
not for them, not against them, but with someone. It's like,
Yeah.
like even though this is probably gonna get him hurt, he seems like, like not traumatized while doing this.
Yep.
Triton is minus 240 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius,
Ooh.
Oh,
minus
God.
400
A
degrees
whole
Fahrenheit.
30 degrees above absolute zero. Oh, balmy.
Balmy. Put on that t-shirt. It's
Yeah.
not even
Get risk,
absolute
get
zero
risk.
yet.
You'll be fine.
You're okay. Get a
Yeah.
sweater.
Tourism
Not
website.
even absolute zero.
But yeah, and then they help him. They get him to the hospital. Like, it is the most basic of human. Like, you would expect every human to do it, and to him, it's like the most touching thing ever because he doesn't expect it because it's not what the golds do. The golds are like, meh. Like, maybe you deserve this rather than all the low colors.
I saved your friends' lives, and you took me to a hospital so I could get medical treatment? Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It was
right?
so sweet.
Wait,
though,
wait,
like,
wait. Does he end up with crippling debt?
Which country is he in?
Does Triton
Ooh.
have health insurance? Does Triton have universal health care? Hold on.
I mean, it was an
Let me-
on-the-job
let me
accident,
Google.
so workers'
Let me
comp?
Google that.
Oh, workers' comp. Definitely workers' comp. It was a workplace
probably, yeah.
accident. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully Quicksilver's paying for workers' comp.
No, no,
If
no.
not,
He is absolutely getting that claim denied because he dove in.
It was a
He
pre-existing condition.
actively.
Yeah.
He was already cold. Okay.
He was already cold.
that hand, I've never saw that hand before in my life.
Yeah. It's fine.
I like the panel where he's just got like the little baby arm.
Yeah.
It's very Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll regrow. It will regrow. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we then see how the poor people get limbs back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
They don't.
yeah.
They don't.
Prosthetics.
Very interesting panel of Bryn getting her leg completely blown off.
Oh yeah.
It says she gets splashed, but like by what?
By her leg.
I thought it was like ice.
She got splashed by her own leg. It explodes.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is literally in like multiple different zip codes.
It's in shrapnel.
Her knee is disintegrated.
Yeah.
That boy is not coming back.
Yep.
But also it's just like that's a real. Is that a meet cute? If like you save her friend's life, you pass out, you're bleeding out.
cute.
Well, it's a meat spray anyway.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Oh, God.
On the
MEAT
carpet
cute.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna play the like, what trope are we in? Are we in like coworker trope?
Amputees to lovers.
Google.
He was missing a hand. She was missing a leg. What they were really missing was
Miss
each other.
Oh,
That was
come
perfect.
on.
I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna need to write one now.
Yep.
I want to read this one.
We
MEAT
need the-
cute.
Ears don't sue me.
I would read that.
Yeah, I bet you Pierce would read that if it's. The
Yep.
thing is, you just disguise it slightly that we all kind of know what it is, but that's not.
He'll lose
real.
his left hand. She'll lose her left leg. Boom, problem solved.
Creative
Perfect.
license.
Yep,
There we
absolutely.
go. It's parody.
Yeah.
And it'll happen on another water planet.
Europa.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey.
Florida.
We can sing Florida. Don't worry about it.
Kevin Costner will be there.
Cool book. It's a great book.
All one universe.
Put it together. Yep. Put it
Yep.
together.
It's,
Random House, publish us. Del Rey, get on that.
the Rug Galaxy.
Really leaning into Random House.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they do have, like, in the next panel, is them, like, very cute sitting at the table. Like,
It
yeah.
is sweet.
And then
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh yeah,
And,
which
hey,
like part
yeah.
of me, I'm not gonna lie,
We got 2 pages.
seeing him lie on top of her, I'm like, you are still a gold. Are you not crushing her? Like the weight,
Yeah.
the
The bone
weight,
density.
the bone density. Like
The
you
bone
can't
density.
cute lie
The
on
bone
someone.
Bone
density.
That's
Oh.
You
Oh.
can't cute lie on someone you are double the size of.
Maybe he's doing like planking on his forearms the entire time.
Maybe he's holding himself up.
I
if
hope he'd
there's
be
a trailer
considerate.
for this episode, it's Crescent going the bone density.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. All right.
Okay. Her entire family knows they got married, and it's a crime. And like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of people.
They trust a lot of people. Like that's not even the family. That's like the entire like moon is there, and they're like, "But we're hiding our affair," and it's like, "Are you
Yeah.
though?" Our affair could never be public. All right. Well, did you see? Did you see what you did? Someone put that on the hollows. Someone took a
Reds
picture.
don't count.
Yeah, they're
Reds
not
don't have
public.
internet.
Oh.
I never
And
thought about that. That is so many people.
Right?
But oh. And then, hey, moving out of, the cold place with your new
Yeah, come
wife
back to Mars with me. That won't be suspicious.
But bring your sister.
And your
so it'll
sister.
Be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one suspects a thing.
Yeah.
Who
Oh.
immediately? That's I think for the first time we see that because he keeps referencing Rihanna, and then it's I'm thinking about your sister. That's the first time we get who she is and why.
Yeah.
And what was it? And then we're back in the real time or present.
Yeah, we're about to kill more people. We're running around in our masks.
Yeah.
And though, like, I didn't know what these guys were. I couldn't remember if there was a reference to these guys. Like, what do they call it again? Devourers.
Yeah, the devourers.
Oh, yeah, no, there is not. Oh, actually, I guess you could. The Eaters from the Ice in Morningstar is about the closest you get.
Yeah, I was like, are these like carved, just guard dogs that live in the sewers? So, but yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, and they do some devouring.
Yep.
That's not fun.
Yep.
They do some chomping.
Yeah. And then
And
future TSA.
yep.
It
And
was such a
blackmail.
wild, like, yeah.
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 TSA.
I know they gotta show us, but like, there's gotta be a better system in the future. Like,
No, this is the best we have as a society. Can't be more than 3.4 ounces. You have to pull out your
Take
laptop.
your shoes
I don't
off.
care if you're gold. Take your shoes off. The golds get, priority access. They get to cut the line, but that's about it.
They've got the pre-screened. The rest, everybody
They
else.
do have the TSA pre-check.
That's
yeah.
why Nexus. Oh no, wait, no, it's not Nexus. Sorry.
Huh?
the last time I flew, instead of doing the take your shoes off, put your stuff in a bag, they had us walk past like 3 different security dogs, and I like that way better.
See, the last time I flew, within the United States, because in Canada we don't care as much as long as we're not going to the United States. That's when it's slightly different. But the last time I flew, I went to take everything out, and they were like, "No, leave it all in the bag." And I was like, "No, but there's a laptop and there's liquids," and they're like, "It's fine." And they put it all together through the scanner.
They just go, ew, don't tell me that. They just go.
Is TSA over it too?
Yeah, I think so. They're like, "You're fine." I forget if I had to take my shoes off, though. But in Canada, as long as it's not, our shoes aren't over the ankle and we're flying domestic, we don't have to take our shoes off.
What's the cutoff? Huh? It's over the ankle?
Yeah, they're really worried about our ankles.
They're like, hey, who knows what they could be storing around those ankles?
Yeah.
Sandals or nothing.
Yeah. Crescent, when you just flew
Oh,
last week,
I
did
had,
you have to
hold
take
up,
yours?
Hold up. My joke actually has merit here.
Wondering what you were searching for. Okay.
Nexus Ausalintus always has priority access through future TSA.
Oh, jeez.
What? Also, Nexus doesn't get you through TSA.
Sorry, I should say,
Nexus gets you through border security.
Yeah.
Slight difference.
He's like, don't
he
ruin
dies
my
in
joke.
Red Rising. He dies in the passage.
Yeah.
Then I think he did get held up on TSA though. He did not successfully
Well, no, he had priority access to hell.
Right through. Didn't stop for anything.
Fast lane.
There is no customs there. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Kept his shoes on.
No. He had his shoes off when he died.
Yeah, they were.
It's like getting hit by a car.
No.
The shoes come off. You did not make it.
Did you have to take your shoes off when you just flew from Toronto to Saskatoon?
No.
I didn't know because
I wore my not ankle height boots.
Yeah, I didn't know because you.
I had to take them off on my way from Saskatoon to Toronto, though.
We're really worried. People coming to Toronto go to Saskatoon. What are they gonna do?
Well, no,
you guys don't have
I was wearing my boots.
Oh, you had the ankle highs on.
Because I wanted to take up as little room in my luggage as possible because your plaque took up so much room.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, I see.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, moving on again.
We meet.
I feel like my whole job is to be like, moving on. Yeah.
Yeah. So Quicksilver blackmailing Fitchner.
Yeah.
On like day one of in-person job, like.
Yeah.
Let's stay remote.
Like, oh yeah. Welcome to in-person work. It's gonna be this awful every time.
Yeah. Like, hey, kill a guy for me, or I'll expose your affair with a low color, and you'll both be horribly murdered.
Yeah.
Also, probably don't do stuff in public, maybe?
Perhaps.
And now there's the second goat.
Oh my God.
It was open on my other monitor, and I looked over, and I forgot it was there, and I got very happy.
Full noodle goats. They're the thing to do.
I closed it, though. Don't worry. We're good.
Love it.
Continue.
But yeah, we get the two sides here. If we get what Fitchner is going through, and then what Bryn is going through of doing manual labor and like worried of like what new world am I in? Lise has her sister. Gets to bring someone with her, but
and Doran. Unfortunately.
Who's just like tagging along. He's such a creep in all the backgrounds.
Like,
Warren stopped staring at me. Yeah.
It is uncomfortable because, like, every scene, even if he doesn't have a line, he's just lurking in the background or looking out the window. It's just like, dude, calm down.
It's the look on his face. It's like the low detailed, like almost scream face thing.
Yeah.
Like just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for putting all the Doran fans on blast.
Yeah, sorry, Doran heads.
Doran heads.
The huge section of this community.
Everyone's
Nothing
favorite.
bad happens to him.
Everyone's.
I mean, kudos to the artist who did not put him creeping in the background of them getting strip searched.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Good touch, artist.
That would have been a little too much.
Where did he even end up? He just got to walk through? Is that what we're learning? He's in secondary? Or they're in
Face
secondary.
sexism?
Yeah, where'd you go, Doran?
Yeah. But yeah, at the same time, so they're going through absolute hell, and Fitchner's at the opera.
Getting drunk.
And he gets
Pissing
his
on
shoes.
somebody's
Yeah,
shoes.
I was gonna say.
And
Just
then his whole
peas
pants.
all over the shoes.
Oh man,
then
somebody
the
pissed my pants.
Someone pissed my pants.
Him running into an old friend who's working for the group that tried to have him killed as a baby, and then again in the passage.
Yeah.
Yep.
That image is so good. Now your trousers match. It's just so great. And he has his wine up in the air, like he's
Yep.
just celebrating, like he's riding a
Yeah.
bull, like he's got one hand down, one hand up with the wine. It's
So,
incredible.
okay, this was out of everything Fitchner has done, this I think is the grossest because you brought a beverage in an open container into
Crazy.
a bathroom. Ah, I don't want a. If I have a drink or food, I don't want it anywhere near a bathroom, especially a public one. Like,
Yep.
it's filthy. And
He's a gold.
I
He
don't
could
like.
have gotten someone to hold it.
I was gonna say, this is why you have friends. I don't think the Golds are drugging each
But
other.
Fitchner doesn't have friends.
He
That's
could
true.
get the help or a.
The help,
I mean,
yeah.
there's no robots on Mars, I guess, but like.
He could find
Yeah.
a person to hold it.
Just threaten a non-gold in the area and be like, hold this until I get back, or I'll kill you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Then you're
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it sells the bit and making him look like a wino and just sloppy, but it's just like that's just like just visual. It's just like, oh god, why would you do that? That's filthy.
And there's something about this section that is like ominous. Like as soon as they split up the two perspectives, my chest
Yeah.
was like so tight because I just knew it was like, oh, she's off doing her own thing. Oh, she's off doing her own thing, and she's like on the
Yeah.
planet with everyone, and I just immediately was like,
This is not gonna
something
work.
terrible
Yeah.
is going to happen. I know that. So
Yeah.
I wonder how bad it's going to be.
Yeah.
And like how much it's going to crush him because he can't be there to protect her. So I'm imagining he's terrified all day, thinking like, is anyone going to find out? Is anyone going to, try to kill her? Is she going to get mugged as often as I got mugged?
Yeah.
It's just, my chest was so tight the whole time reading this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then he does go
Then we
home, and
got
can I
the
just say they
Hamilton
came.
reference? Maybe
They
not
have-
reference, but
Which part?
Which what?
I've got a meeting at dawn tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I have an early meeting tomorrow. I'll try not to wake you.
Oh. I was gonna say before that they can't
like
even
it.
give the sister a bed. Why is she on the couch? She just
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
permanently sleeping on the couch.
He's got money. Like,
Sister's
name's
nice
not
to have a
Fitchner,
spare
okay?
bedroom.
I mean, they at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put up a partition or something at the very least. Like that looks like a big living room.
Yeah. Why is she on the couch? Buy her a bed, or at
It's
least a pull-out
overlooking
couch.
the city. He works for Quicksilver. Like, the richest man on earth is my boss, and my sister lives on a couch in front
Sleeps
of
on the
me.
couch.
Like, I
Wild.
mean, you could have even done the line like, "Oh, I need some extra space for my servants."
Yeah.
I want my servants watching me in bed. That's a pretty easy ask.
Yep.
You know,
Wow.
if they're well rested, they can do a better job. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, what is his excuse for having them
Oh,
just
Fitchner.
in the apartment? Because they're not pinks, they're reds.
I'm trying to remember.
And like
I mean,
a brown would be a
Um,
maid, not a red.
I think
I don't know if it's.
I think it's Cassius that had red nannies, or a red
Oh.
nanny at least.
Yeah, but he doesn't have kids, so what's that excuse?
He's hoping no one
I-
notices.
I'm training a nanny for when I do have children.
Yeah. And
With
she
one of
might
my
be the
nannies.
one.
With one of
Yeah.
At the
There you go.
at the end of the trial period, they'll fight, and the winner becomes the nanny.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the excuse.
That's the plot of Nanny
Trial
McPhee,
by
weirdly
Mombat.
enough. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
good. I would also watch that movie. That sounds sick.
I watched a
So
reality show
good.
that's not.
Uh,
But uh, and then we see several like not several Fitchner
Fitchner.
showing that yeah no he's crazy.
Oh yeah. When he
Uh,
pulls out the
He's got the razor.
when we're in the sword fighting scene, you mean?
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Which is
like
an epic double. I think it's the
Yeah,
only
it's such a
Yeah,
double
good
right? Oh, it's so cool.
centerfold. Yeah.
it's like
I like that Fitchner's just in like a hoodie,
yeah,
Yeah.
a bunny hug, if you will.
I will say,
space hoodie.
kind of makes. Oh, that was behind the goats. Sorry. It kind it kind of makes a sickle and hammer. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Huh?
There's your communism for you.
There it is, folks.
Yeah.
For all
Was
the
Red
questions I get
Rising
asked.
communism all along?
I just think it looks very Sling Blade adjacent. So
Yes,
that
it
I feel
does.
like that was not on accident.
Yeah.
He like when I saw the panel where he hits the guy in the throat, I was like, wait, did he stab him with his like a little ring knife? Like that he gives to Darrow? I was like, oh no, he just punches him in the
Yeah.
throat
He just
so hard he
punches
spits up blood.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
punches through his throat.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, he really went for the neck and nowhere else. But damn.
Yeah. You shouldn't have called me a beast. And then what's the pronunciation of that word? Swisk.
Whisk.
Wix. Swixt.
SWIQSK.
Oh, that's a Q.
Yeah.
Is that a
Q.
squisk?
Also, we totally glossed over the fact that Fitchner told this other guy, "Now I'm gonna cut your head off and shit down your throat."
Sorry.
I didn't
Is that
know
the
those
first-
were the words they were censored.
Wait, know that because this one's censored.
Oh,
Wait.
what the heck?
Oh, you lost your privileges.
The same book.
That's so weird.
You can't say shit. You can say fuck, but
Yeah,
you
look
can't
at-
say shit.
What?
Maybe there's a certain amount of words. It's like when you have a PG-13 movie, you can
Oh.
only say fuck once. They used
They only get one. You got to use it
Also-
wisely.
Gotta make it count.
You gotta
Is that the
make it-
first instance of Fitchner saying boyo?
Ooh.
Ooh,
I think so. Yeah.
that's the first one I've seen.
Yeah, because I'm just checking to make sure he didn't say it when he's peeing on that guy.
Yeah.
I've been told I have a rage disorder. Now I'm gonna. I mean, what he does next would make you believe that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
If there's a man with a sword in a hoodie that says, "By the way, I have a rage disorder," bad start to a conversation. Run away immediately.
yeah, like you're in the future. There's this like in the Milky Way galaxy or the Sol system. We're all over the place. That dude's in a hoodie and track pants, ready to kill you. Like he could have worn
Yeah.
anything else.
He
You're
went to
in
Gap.
danger.
Yeah, people have full like fiber armor, like full like repulsor brace, like everything. My guy went to Gap and got a hoodie, and he feels like he's ready. You have to run.
Yeah, like the guy who showed up the fight
That's
item is
crazy.
in like trousers, a belt, looks like an under like maybe like a long sleeve shirt and a jacket. It's like this guy like picked his outfit out. No, this guy was just been waiting. You showed up in your car and this guy's just standing here, sword out, ready to go first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Mr. Old Navy is waiting for you. Drive, drive, drive.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we get something happy next.
I know, and then
Yeah.
it's the complete.
Yeah.
What if we have a baby? Yeah, okay. I like the. I'm gonna be an ant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool ant.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was like one of the only happy, like funny, happy, sweet moments where it's just a little respite from everything. of
Yeah.
she's just happy. She's gonna be an ant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't last.
I mean,
No.
and his kid's
Yeah.
ugly.
Well,
Aw.
He's got Fitchner's beak and beady little eyes. but his mom loves him, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
I also want to say she has such sick hair.
Yeah.
Yes, she
Like
does.
extremely cool.
Like I let my little cousins braid my hair once, and I was like, okay, that's witchcraft. And then I tried it, and I'm just like trying to do it like behind my head. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
I
I can't
totally
French
get.
braid or anything.
I
Before
get.
HowlerCon, we had a full hair braiding party because some of the girls were real good at it and just did everybody's hair.
I'm so jealous. That's sick.
Yeah, we
Oh.
had a full hair braiding party.
I totally understand why like back in the day people had like ladies in waiting who just did your hair every day so it was like out of the way, because oh my god, that's I don't know how the hell you do that.
Yeah. No.
People that
Also,
like
that is
French braid, like I don't know how
you get
that
exhausted just doing that on your own, like with all this hair. Like it would take a while.
Yeah. Yep.
But and then we go from
We go
baby to
Doran's
straight
dead.
back to murder. Yep.
Poor Doran.
Oh, Doran.
yeah.
Then Fitchner once again being a terrifying menace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I mean, never to fuck with a peerless scarred.
like in the time it takes him to show up, she runs for a gun, everyone's already dead.
Yeah.
And in multiple pieces, it looks like in the next page.
Is that someone's
Yeah.
spine? Is he holding a spine?
It looks like he's holding a spine.
He may be holding a spine.
That's okay.
Where did he get it?
From
I assume from somebody
forcibly
in
removed.
in somebody's back.
Someone
Like-
no longer has it.
He didn't have it. Okay, so in that the time it took her to get to from bending down to get the gun to looking up, he pulled someone's spine out.
Yeah.
He had a free hand, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Little surgical procedure. Yeah.
Yep.
I have questions that
attached
I
to-
don't actually want the answers to, so I'm not gonna.
I don't know,
Okay.
Pierce. You gotta explain that.
Are you
one.
sure?
Now I'm. Yeah. No, you sure you don't want
I
to know?
just aren't ribs attached to spines? Like I feel
Not
like
when
a
you
lot of
pull them
things.
out.
Thank you.
Like it's skull
Isn't there a
all
head?
the way down to your
Yeah.
pelvis.
I
Isn't
think
there
if you
muscles?
pull hard enough, there has to be a velocity.
Yeah,
at
it's
which
like
you pull.
hold up, hang on. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
It's like pulling a tablecloth out from under dishes.
You just gotta. It's about the flick.
You gotta commit.
It's
okay?
about the flick. If you stop halfway,
my
the
God.
skull comes with it. You gotta just.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more
Oh.
thing to say about the spine.
Okay.
Okay.
It's got like the bigger piece at the bottom. So does that
Uh-huh.
mean is that like where the neck is? Is where that
That's
I
the
frankly
anus.
don't. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So he pulled from the top
Is
down.
that part of the spine?
Yeah, top down.
In the
rather
future, that's
than-
part of the spine now. They've evolved.
I feel like we need
Yeah,
a real
they're all
doctor.
tight asses.
Where's our medical? Where are our yellows right now?
Not here, I'll fucking tell you that.
Yeah, your brain though. I'm gonna need a physical.
That's where the spine is connected. It's connected to the brain. What do you mean? I'm doing my clinical psych PhD after this. They gotta talk to us about the spine.
I guess.
Find out if it's
Anyway,
easier to
also
pull
the
from
Board
top
of
down
Quality
or bottom
Control
up.
is the Illuminati.
That's another. Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed that thing with the eye, and immediately it was like, oh, Taylor Swift's on the Board of Quality Control. I knew it. I knew it.
Wow.
Baby, now we got bad blood. Because there's a gold and a red that mixed, and now
Drink.
they got bad blood.
Yeah. It's the
Drink.
alchemy. Drink. Yeah. I'm out of wine.
Oh.
Is there a drink every time someone says Taylor Swift?
No, Bad Blood
Anytime-
specifically.
No, wait, what?
Yeah.
There's 4 different Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
go watch the Taylor Swift episodes.
The? Plural?
It's one episode.
It's
just split
one
into
that had
parts.
to be split for 2.
Okay. When you said
I
go
mean,
watch the
this
Taylor
is-
Swift episodes, I'm picturing like an
Water?
art.
Water.
Yeah, okay.
Water is okay too.
Oh.
I think like early in the den, people were not being hydrated when they were drinking all day.
Correct.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
may have had somebody
Probably.
pass out directly after an episode. There's definitely one that while I was editing, I was like, I'm the most annoying person ever because I was very drunk.
We have, yeah, we had somebody pass out before they left the call.
They fell asleep
Oh.
in, like, we had finished recording, but they fell asleep on their keyboard, and we had to kick them out of the call. We used to be hardcore.
It
It was
was
like a challenge
amazing.
a little bit.
I know.
That does feel slightly like a challenge.
As I refill my water.
That's good. And if it's any consolation, you certainly won't be the most annoying person on this call. There are 2 goats and a rug in my OBS. Don't
Trying
even
not to
sweat
swing
it.
at the screen because I'm getting
Yeah,
triggered. But
Don't even sweat it.
the sad thing is, I couldn't do anything to those goats because the goats were famous.
You had famous goats that were after you. Wow.
Yes.
Fucking celebrities, man, I tell you.
What were they famous for?
Were they the Taylor Swift goats?
They were
Wait,
they were the
what?
greatest of all time, okay?
But they had a very successful short YouTube videos that got very popular during the pandemic.
Oh.
And those actually like hit all over the world, and so people would come to the zoo and recognize them. And I'm not going to say the names in case I get in trouble later, but I'm not there anymore.
But Stinger is on it.
Yeah, hold on.
Our Google fiend tonight.
Don't say any names. I still need to work in this industry until I find something else.
Are they gonna? We're doing goat reveals? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Dox the goats.
Yeah, what
Dox
do you-
the goats.
I don't have their address. What do you mean? You still have to work in this industry, in the goat industry?
No, like animal stuff. It's so cutthroat.
Wow.
Just
All
by
right.
talking
Goat,
about them,
it
you
ruins your
can get
career?
ended.
Is Big Goat gonna get? Oh my gosh! Is it just a big goat? Like it's just one very big goat.
It's not even the biggest goat I've ever worked with.
Oh my god.
In size or fame?
It is the
Yes.
most famous goat I've worked
Yes,
with,
okay.
but not the biggest in size.
What's the biggest goat in size you've worked with? I'm so sorry to
They're
divert it,
called-
but that's so important.
They're called Tonkins, and they're like from Southeast Asia, and they're like these huge orange goats. They don't look a lot like goats, but they're goats, and they're gigantic.
That
Put a
is
picture up.
out of. That's out of.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Replace a pool noodle.
Give me a second.
You've got one spot underneath the carpet.
Yeah. Hold on. These things are crazy.
Yeah,
This looks absolutely out of Star Wars.
This
Pretty
is
sick.
the tauntaun.
Yeah. Save.
but I wouldn't want to cut one open to sleep in it. I'd be like, can I just hug you?
Can it cuddle?
Oh, it's so big. Hold on.
We've lost Stinger.
The time it got me. Hold on.
Big goat got him.
There we go. Perfect.
They're huge, and
Wow.
their fur, like a lot of them that I've worked with, are like it's like bright red, almost like my hair. Oh. A lot of visual humor in this one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody on
is
Spotify.
missing out.
It is a requirement that you come over to YouTube and watch
It's a
this one.
graphic
First of all,
novel
like and
episode. What
subscribe.
did you do?
Second of all, you're missing out a lot on this
Yeah.
episode.
I mean, timestamp the visual bits, maybe.
Yep. Yep.
But I mean, was it you have doubled the ginger on the for the
We have
podcast?
so much going
Yep.
for us this episode.
It's a lot.
This is going to be the episode that makes us hit 200 subscribers. We're at like 175. This is going to be... We're going to gain 200. Or sorry, 25. Math is hard. It's as hard as science. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, back on topic.
Yeah.
So we get baby Severo, who's being
Oh.
threatened.
No.
Okay, there's this, like, I know his friend is threatening his wife and his baby, but there's just a doctor with a scalpel just ready to go, just
Right?
standing there.
Yeah, he's like, come on, let me at him.
Hey, come on. But he says
Yeah.
he's gonna carve it out of his DNA. I don't
There's
think
other
he
ways
would
to
use
take
a
DNA.
scalpel for that.
No, I feel like you
Yeah.
just take some blood.
What's the scalpel
not-
for? Like what?
Like,
For the visual
Do they not
metaphor,
have blood?
okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
do they not have blood tests in the future?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, paternity... If we can do paternity tests now, I think they can do them then.
Fingernail clipping, some hair,
Yeah.
saliva, skin. Just grab a little skin.
Yeah.
That's what the scalpel's for, apparently.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
A lot. Oh, this
The
image
literal
is, I don't
pound
know
of
what
flesh.
It is. I don't know what it is about this image. It
It's
is just
so
so
good.
cool.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just so
It's
cool.
the red hair, man. It's, again, I want to
I think it
cosplay
is that.
as her, but no one would understand.
The people
Only
who
We
would
will
right
understand.
No,
And that's
because even
okay.
if I showed up at HowlerCon, everyone would be like, so you're Harmony, you're Eo, you're, right?
That's
Like, you're
fair.
Lyria.
No, you
who
gotta
are
go with the false leg.
You
Are
really
you
gotta
serious?
commit to
Sets
this
you apart.
cosplay.
Yeah.
Gotta commit.
I do have a lot of amputee friends. I'm sure they could hook me up with, how to go through with
Or just like, mm,
You could just,
fake it till you make it.
or like, just belt your foot to your quad.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
A little
Easy.
easier.
Or just
It'll be
or
fine.
just like make your pants look like you have a metal leg.
Yeah.
You
See-
would jump to amputation.
that was the first thing we thought of. That was step one. Whew.
Cut my leg off. I am committed to the bit. Okay?
Yeah.
Not a cult.
Day two
Cut
is gonna
my
be rough.
leg into pieces. This is my first resort.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Okay,
But
more
then-
Arcturus being a
Make
dickbag.
Yeah. It is a cool visual,
Yeah.
though, of the different layers in them in the basement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that is really
Yeah.
cool.
It feels like one of
Like
those
they're
games.
so close.
But it's. But like the entire time I was like reading this the first time, I was like, wait, how, was there? I kept going back and forth, like, what did I miss?
mhm.
They're just. I was a little confused, but then it made me invested, so I kept reading. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
going to stop right then, but it's like, no, what? I thought I lost my mind for a second and was missing an issue.
Yeah, because it's like, how did she get taken? Like, she just suddenly is with them. Like,
Yeah.
But was it a couple pages forward, and there was a line that made me just like, wait, what?
yeah.
It's he kicks everybody out when she says she'll speak, and it was we've much to learn from the hybrid, just as with the others. Dot dot dot. And it's like, wait,
There are
how many
others.
hybrids out there are there? What have they been learning from all of them?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because we learned that
Uh,
Mustang was studying hybrids, right?
Yeah. I mean, Pax
You can't talk.
Pax
Oh no,
Is
Paxton's
large.
Yeah, like the tail mantises are
Big.
really
Oh, yeah,
big.
yes.
Okay.
He
He does show
Pax.
up in Morningstar.
I was gonna say he's on the last page of Morningstar.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, covered.
Oh
First,
yeah,
I
yeah,
tried to
okay. Woo. Yeah.
read it.
I was.
Like, oh yeah, he was there.
He was on the last page of Morningstar.
We were talking about the big boy from Red Rising. Don't worry.
Yes. Yeah.
He
But I
made
think
it.
she talks about it in Golden Sun before she even knows that Darrow is a red, right? Like, I think she makes references to
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
border
so she
control
talks about there having been other like black market carve job births.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just like, but if the board knows about him, and it's like, what are you guys learning about him? That's I don't know, like the implication for that makes me think: have they been like doing carving stuff to like take like, hey, if we take this hybrid stuff and maybe we put it into some other like people, and it's like, yeah, no, we didn't change anything. This isn't a better
Yeah.
version.
Some super obsidians.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dark Revolt 2.0, Electric Boogaloo.
There you go.
It's like,
The
oh no, there's
anger.
just colors get added to the pyramid, and they just gaslight people, and like, yeah, that was always there.
Yeah,
That
what
was
are you
literally
talking
always
What,
there.
you
I have
didn't
a
know about
tattoo on my
that?
back of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is wrong?
You-
Yeah.
You didn't see the purples?
Yeah,
Been
totally
here.
different than the violets.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Periwinkle has
fuchsia.
been here since day one.
Like,
Stop
are you
arguing.
colorblind?
Yeah. We've had
Yeah.
mauve
They all look
since...
gray to you.
Yeah.
Gaslight.
That
Yep.
reference to the Grinch song, the... What is that called?
No,
No.
it was a reference to Skipper's partner being entirely grayscale colorblind.
Wait, really?
dang it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh. How did they find out? Because, like...
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk after about it.
Okay, sorry.
I won't
yes.
bring. Yeah, I won't put him
I
on
got all
blast
excited
right now.
about that. My bad.
Yeah, I won't put him on blast right now about it. But yeah.
But,
You know who you
you...
we find out that Goblin likes wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who
And,
doesn't?
like,
Yeah,
true.
they're good.
I don't know.
Are you gonna
where...
ruin wolves for us, or are you gonna let us?
No,
Just...
wolves are
no,
awesome.
Wolves are
You like
great.
wolf story?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, whoa.
Oh, it's the day of showing off
Sick hog.
tattoos.
But that I have to get I have to go back up to the Pacific Northwest to get it finished. It goes all the way up my arm, but
Cool.
no,
There's
wolves are great.
There's a wolf sanctuary like less than an hour from my house. We tried to go when Skipper was out here in October. They just never got back to me until like 2 weeks after Skipper went home. I'm like, oh, great, thanks.
Yeah.
The wolves didn't?
That's accurate.
Yeah.
The wolves didn't call us. The wolves didn't
Yeah, the wolves
text.
never got back.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, just howl at me.
It's
Yeah,
really
yes.
hard to text without thumbs, okay?
Yeah, you know.
They're all
Honestly,
xenophobic
fair.
too, so they got to work themselves up to want to
Yeah.
return your calls.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
There's
Alright.
something about the mask. I don't know what it is. I want to see more of these kind of like gold Greek Roman looking face masks.
Yeah.
They're just so
Yep.
cool.
It's. Yeah.
Like the whole pantheon. I would love to see like a SEAL team looking howler thing where it's like they each have a different like beast from like, Roman or Greek mythology, like a Medusa one, and like
Yeah.
it's just so
Yup.
it's so sick.
You, I don't know. You'd be distracted trying to find him. Be like, oh, what is that? Oh god.
That's fair. You would have to include the stonifying stuff in the mask, so that would be a lot of extra money.
I mean, but if it works,
Maybe it won't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of terrifying weapons in this series. So it's like, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I kind of back to the story, but kind of feel like he feels betrayed because Fitchner's like, how could he care about someone who isn't me?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, you didn't talk to him in over a year, and you didn't help him out, and you. And as soon as he got his own money, why didn't you hook him up? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, I got a job. You want a job? Come work for me. Just come back from Trident. I don't know, but
Nope. Nope. Instead,
not.
we've got to relive the passage, basically, here.
I know these
Yeah,
are
and
so sad to read. Like he didn't love you back, but he died thinking that. Like, oh,
You chose her, a red whore, over me.
it,
It's just, yeah.
it's so creepy because it's just like, okay, he got past you guy, and like you're
Mm-hmm.
actually the one who's attached to Fitchner at that point, and I don't know. I don't know. Like Fitchner's been ostracized his entire life. This guy's had everything given to him,
Yeah.
like fast track for success. Can't let go of like a person who actually treated him like a human being,
Yeah.
too. And that's just kind of sad as well. But he's a dick, so who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The fact that Fitchner didn't immediately kill him, though, that shows a level of maturity and self control I didn't expect from
It
him.
does, but at the
I thought
same
he was gonna be dead.
time, it's totally his downfall because now somebody
Hmm.
knows. Like,
Yeah.
you need to. Yeah. There's nothing you can
He,
do.
uh, his, Fitchner's passage, he survived because the guy didn't finish him off.
Yeah.
That bit
Yeah.
him in the butt.
Yeah.
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 Well, and she's already,
Yes.
like it says that she's already in the system. So it feels like even if
Yeah.
he
They're
didn't,
tracking
at
already.
some point,
Yeah.
at some point they're screwed.
Yeah.
No,
But
I think the I think this is basically happening at the same time. They're grabbing her while they're having the conversation,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
or
Oh,
have
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. You're so
Yeah, because the
smarmy about it.
yeah, well, because they're trying to trick her into admitting it, and she's like, "You
Hmm.
already know."
Yeah.
Like,
But it's just so he's just so I don't know, he went from being like, yeah, he's a dick, there's like now he just feels slimy to me.
yeah,
Or
Yep.
but
Man, I
yeah,
forgot how sad this next part makes me. Uh,
which
that
part?
she's gone. They took both of them.
Yeah, Bryn
Well,
and
like his
several.
moment of like, yeah, like I
yeah.
have two good
Yeah,
things on this whole planet, and now they're both gone.
yeah,
It's like full, like opening scene of The Punisher. Like
Yeah.
it feels that same way of like, oh, he's gonna lose it. He's about
yeah,
to go hurt a lot of people really brutally.
yeah,
Plot
for
And
twist, he
this,
sure.
does.
yeah. And he goes to Quicksilver and is like, hey, I need this. Quicksilver says, here's the price, you work for me forever. He boom, no hesitation. It's just like
Yeah,
Done.
Fair.
no thoughts, just all business.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's what he
back to this
does.
guy, thinking he's about to have a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, we're back to the beginning of the book, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, what is it?
Yes.
Varus. Yeah,
Yeah.
Varus Alcilenius.
So we're kind of full circled. We now know the flashbacks have kind of stopped for now.
Yep. And now
We got a
that's a really high
breach.
kick.
He was a cheerleader in high school, okay?
Um,
High kicks, baby.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Again.
honestly impressive. I never like
Also-
saw that the first time.
I like that it's he won't be dragging his gory damn heels when he's booting this guy in the face with his
Yeah.
heel.
Yeah.
It's just good. And then it's just like it's a gold, a red, and Phoenix is a gray, right?
What's that?
The
Silax is a
third,
green, and then there's a fourth guy that's gray.
yeah, and they're fighting through everything. And he's like, I'm over here doing the blocks. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More
it's just like a nice
guards.
little levity through all of the guts going everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and then the next page we get that clearly Bryn has been taught to hold her own. That
That's
she
so
yeah.
cool.
she gets to use the razor. Yeah.
And she gets him in a. She calls her calls Fitchner a dog, and she wraps that thing around his neck like a leash, and is like, "Ooh,
Yeah. My husband's not the only one who can bite.
Yep.
I love it. Meanwhile, Severo's crying again.
yeah."
Classic Severo.
I like to imagine that he's crying because if he was let out, he would have just like stabbed that dude.
He would have done it
Like
himself.
Yeah,
even
let me
at that
at him.
age, at that age,
Yeah.
just
He can hold a shiv.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Babies grip on the fingers really hard. They can grab a little shiv.
Yeah,
then a
I
nice
come at
totally.
it from the
piece of art.
side.
Yeah. And then we get the
It's
last
like
of the
in
cool red haired
So
covers.
cool.
Right? Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
the
The
red hair, I
mask in the
think.
background.
Yeah, it's so good.
Ugh.
I do like how the leg also changes like every time we've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
It does,
and
yeah.
and none of them look real great. Like if you actually had to have that as a leg, it's just like that would get a
Very
lot of
steampunk.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but just like day to day life, that thing's gonna get a bunch of stuff caught in it.
Oh
all
yeah,
the time.
that is not practical. It is not.
But she's red, so
practical.
who cares?
Yeah.
That's gonna get so many bugs stuck in it.
Oh,
Cleaning it out forever.
There's
how
a
you
whole
get ants.
page. That's how you get ants. That's how you. Oh, God, that's
Yeah.
a nightmare to think about.
But yeah,
Ants
and then
inside
she
of your
still
mechanical
continues
leg.
being a badass on the next one.
Can't believe she left him with the razor.
yeah, that one was a little silly, but
Yeah.
I mean, she wanted to get out of there, and
Yeah.
you know, she gets a couple of good hit. She hits him more than once, which I appreciated.
Yep.
I mean,
guess
she
it's
might have thought
because if
she
she was caught. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. I was saying like maybe she thought she killed him, but I mean, golds have hard heads. So.
Yeah.
She also says, if my husband finds you before he finds me, tell him I have Severo and he may let you live.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cold line.
Very
I love
cold
that
line.
Yep.
line.
That's. Oh.
Yeah, and then you get the other side of they're in like full firing squad here, and
Yeah.
just how fast can they get through?
Oh.
It's
And that was just
very,
great because they're like,
Oceans.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just saying it was just great because like everything's exploding, and he's just like, "Hey, just get the door. I got this. Don't worry." I yeah, he's driven. He's got his goal, and he's going after it, even though he's the mad dog.
Yeah. You do crazy things for love, man. You do
Yeah.
crazy things
True.
for love.
Sometimes you make an Ocean's 11 style team and just
Yeah.
mess people right on up. That's the image I was looking for. This is the one that's so cool, where it's like the masked faces.
Yes,
and
and
their
then who
faces
they really
underneath.
are.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine it end up like this when you first met the boss? Yeah. Yeah, really cool.
That dude's forehead goes to space.
Poor
on the far right.
Phoenix.
Oh.
That's why he wears a mask. It's fine.
He has
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
The chances of him getting shot in the head increased like 85%.
Astronomical. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if it
Well,
misses, it's gonna orbit back.
yeah. Uh, and then they think they're in the clear. We get this, we think Bryn's making it back.
Yeah.
They're killing through everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I do like this future fire suppression system. That seems very effective. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unless it's not a fire suppression system and it's actually to like break up riders, in which case that kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
I forgot.
But
I'm
then,
just remembering sad scenes now.
yeah. So is she singing the song of Persephone? Like, is that what the song
Yep.
is?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
reaping song. Yeah.
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 The tiny
Oh my God,
he
we're
drops
seeing
his
so-
wolf paw.
Oh. Bryn down here, and they throw the baby. Catch Severo. Yeeting a baby. Goodbye, Severo.
I don't know why she doesn't just jump with Severo.
Yeah.
Be a way better option.
Listen, he's only got 2 arms, can only catch 1.
Yeah, but if she's holding
Not
the
if,
baby.
well, if she's got 2 arms and is holding the other one.
Maybe the
Oh,
leg.
man.
Okay,
Gold,
What
I
if
don't
she-
know.
what if she knew the leg would throw off her trajectory because it weighs so
Oh.
much?
She's
She
gonna
lands
start
on his leg
spinning
first.
awkwardly.
It'll
Yeah.
kill him.
But
Yeah. That's it. And then he gets an epic sword fight holding the baby.
Arm cut off
Yeah.
mid-baby fight.
Yeah.
he could have thrown the baby at him as a distraction.
Yep.
Would have made
Aha,
a very different first book.
Yep.
I mean, they could, as long as he doesn't like hit the midline, they could grow his arms back. He's already got a baby arm. Feel bad. Oh my god.
Oh, poor child.
But
Yeah. And then we see that Fitchner has to surrender.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it light before. Oh god, that was me keeping it light. Before this just hurts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, and like Rihanna pleading if we have to go back and like she's already dead.
She's already
like,
dead.
We have to give up. She's gone to the Vale. Yeah.
But and then he does take they go back to Triton.
Yeah.
They have a funeral without a body. And so Severo met some family, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really count if for you because you're a baby, you don't remember.
No.
But
But yeah, and then we get the final
The final
line.
gave me chills.
Yeah.
It gave me chills so much.
I have questions for you regarding your employer. Who are you? My name is Ares. Yeah.
So
Bum
cool.
bum.
Boom, boom.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
And then that's it. Thanks everyone for listening to our read through
Yeah,
there.
goddamn.
Okay, emotions. What are we feeling? How are we feeling in relation to Red Rising? Like, what are we going through right now?
We're going through it.
Sad again.
As all these books constantly make us.
Hey guys, we're gonna have our next episode of a little therapy session after Fade to Obsidian, where we have a little group session.
Now that we have a
Just fade to
real
therapy.
therapist.
Fade to therapy, yeah.
Is that a tier on the Patreon? And you just do like Discord
That's the-
therapy
yeah,
in
that-
groups?
Oh, that's our new
Patreon.
ridiculous tier.
No, that's the
Fade to therapy. Yeah. Help us work through our feelings.
Or we'll
that
help
would
you work
actually
through
be
yours.
So fun.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Here's a cool book. Now pay money so you can get over the damage you took reading the
know.
book.
Yeah.
My therapist's husband has read this series, so I'm like one step away
One
that
step
like she
away.
kind of understands, and I just need to keep convincing her of
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
between me and your husband, please read the book so I can actually get my. The best was when I was like trying to explain it to her, mainly because of HowlerCon and like whatever. If you're gonna go to HowlerCon, you need some therapy there. And she was like, "Is this the book about colors?" I was like,
Like,
"It is the book
kind
about
of.
colors."
Yeah.
She's like, "My
One might say
husband
it's a
has
coloring
that."
book. Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
The
No.
amount of clients I've gotten to read Red Rising, like any time books
So that
come
they
up.
keep coming back to you.
No,
My love language is buying people digital copies of Red Rising.
Yeah.
I'll just
There you
be
go.
like, we'll be talking about like a thing where it would be helpful, like, some resources, some extra tools, and then we'll get started on books right at the end. And I'm like, by the way, it's gonna make you come back here more, but
Just
you
gonna
have
say,
to read.
that's how you're making
Have
all
to
the
read it.
money.
Oh, you're so lucky
This
you
is
get
my
to
pyramid
you
scheme.
have to read this.
This is my pyramid scheme. And the color chart is literally a pyramid. It's
Yep.
perfect.
That's great. Yeah, we're clearly
Do we get a
emotional at the end of this. Yeah, where are we on the pyramid scheme at this point? Pierce is clearly the top. You're actually still
Yeah.
feeding into Pierce through all of this.
Oh no, absolutely. He actually gets the proceeds of all of my clients. So I didn't tell him. I've just been mailing it to him.
Good thing
Yeah,
he
Pierce
doesn't
doesn't
check
mailbox.
his
I
mailbox.
think he's
Yeah.
been getting the checks. I don't
He
know.
doesn't check his PO box, so they're
He
just sitting there.
He's gonna have a day where he's like, "Oh, what? The FBI is gonna show up."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good ending, I will say. It's a sad ending. But you get that final. It's not quite a cliffhanger because we know what's happening, but definitely sets itself up for volume 2, which didn't show up for another, I think, 4 years. Volume 2 took a while to come around.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was looking it up today, and it's like 2017, 2021, and then 2023, because it's kind of in between all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like we find out in the first trilogy that that's kind of his motivations. But now we're like, oh, we see, and then how it lines up with Darrow. But it's like, oh, yeah, that's a little different than like two teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a kid, and they stole. Sorry,
The goat is spinning now.
but yeah, and then just like robbing several of a mother who is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's so cool. And that, like, for some reason, that hit me really hard as well. Of like, man, Severo would have had such a good mom if she had been there for like his whole, like,
Yeah.
what would Severo have been if he had had this cool, super badass mom to balance out Fitchner a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, what would that?
A loving
that's
household.
the AU we need.
Yeah.
That's the alternate. Yeah.
More elaborate swearing.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, because he would
Probably,
know
honestly.
full of the. Because we know he ends up loving the red swears, so he would grow up with the red swears. And
True.
be like, haha, this is second
The ones
nature
the
to
golds
me.
don't know.
Yeah. It'd be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point of. I feel like we'd have a completely different book of him not being unhinged.
I think he'd still be unhinged, but like a grounded unhinged.
Yeah.
Less insecure.
Yeah, way less insecure.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he would know why. He would know why he's different than the rest of the golds. He would have those answers. As much as he would have to keep them a secret, he would at least know.
That's such a good point.
But yeah, he doesn't know he's a red. He thinks he's just some real small gold, and yet that would give him this whole other boost of like, oh, here's my genetic makeup. Yeah.
But I do think his mom would be proud of him for marrying Victra because she's awesome.
Just so cool.
Mhm.
They would get along
oh.
so well.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
how
Except for
cool would
Victra
that
would be twice the size of Bryn.
even funnier because Bryn would just like still hold her own.
Oh yeah.
That would have been so sick. I want to.
Yeah.
Pierce robbed us of that.
Thanks,
So-
Pierce.
Thanks,
Someone write the
Pierce.
fan fiction.
Pulled
Someone
the
write
rug
the
out from
AU.
under us.
Yeah. So
The bar is on the rug. Mhm.
it's a good rug.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's it. Any other comments?
Yeah.
Concerns? Questions?
Any other tangents?
No,
The
I
last
feel
one.
like
I have Severo right here.
Kitty.
I'm just gonna look out my door and see if my dog.
Oh.
Oh. Hi, Kitty. Look at the face. The face even says like, I could fuck you up. Oh, you don't
Sorry,
have your
are
headphones.
back on now.
I said that he has the face of like a cat that's like, I could fuck you up. Like he's got that
absolutely.
like.
Yeah, I'll wake up and he'll be above my head staring down at me and just softly put his paw down and then smack really hard and run. Like, yeah.
That's
I
ever.
don't know if you just like heard your name and became that or if you were that and it was a good name, but
Yeah.
one way or another.
Either way, I love it. Well, thank you both for joining us. Thank you everybody for
Thank you guys for
watching.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for attempting to listen. If you seriously made it all the way through this without flipping to YouTube, let us know. You win
That's
some kind
crazy.
of a surprise or some prize, but you also have missed out on what is currently an upside down coat with pool noodles on its horns. So, and a sideways goat.
Oh.
There it is.
And you could have seen what a Tonkin is.
Yeah.
Okay, those things are crazy.
Yeah.
There it is.
But yes, thank you
We
for having
learned
me on.
so much. Yeah, thank you both for joining us. This was amazing. I'm so glad
this
we
was
did
honestly
that.
so much fun.
We'll have to have you both back in one way or another. I love it.
I'll save this background.
Yes,
Perfect.
please,
Yeah.
please do.
Zero
I'll do
context
something
for
over
next
here.
episode starts up.
Yeah, we'll just jump right into it
Yeah.
and just pretend that that's normal.
Yeah.
For listeners, next week is our live episode, so you will have to join us on YouTube. So that is May 15th at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Do the math on what that means for you. I'm not going to do it. 10 o'clock in Newfoundland. Okay, great. The place that matters, Newfoundland.
5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central.
And if you're in Europe, calculate yourself. We will be joined by Alcatraz.
Yeah, we don't know that one.
Here in Europe, do it yourself.
It's the middle of the night for you, I'm pretty sure. We will be joined by Alcatraz as we discuss which characters are picking you up, dropping you off, or leaving you at the airport. It's going to be a good one. Please join us so that all the comments on the YouTube, we will take your opinions into account as we go through that one. It's going to be great. And that's it.
It will be marvelous.
It will be so marvelous. It'll be it's called the ridiculous episode. I don't know if we could get more ridiculous than this episode. So we'll try though. We'll try.
Give us your ideas.
Yeah. It's going to be great. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.